One of our favorite sponsors is back with us, Sunset Lake CBD.
Yeah.
If you're looking for CBD that actually does what CBD is supposed to do, look no further than our friends over at Sunset Lake.
Let me break it down.
Break it down, Mel.
They're sustainably farmed, meaning they avoid pesticides and use sustainable farming practices to preserve the land for future generations. 1. 2, farm to table. They ship the CBD products straight from their door in Vermont directly to your door wherever you're at.
Now that's cool.
And third party tested. They test everything with a third party to ensure quality, dosage, and safety.
You got to go over and check out sunsetlakecbd.com. They have so many products. Break it down for them, Apple.
Well, they've got some new stuff going on. Like they always had pre-rolls, but now they got really cool packaging for it. And you can get CBD pre-roll flights of all their flavors. You can get the heavy hitter flight that also throws in some of their Keef blunts. They have a new CBD recovery body lotion.
I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other?
The other one with arnica.
The extra strength muscle rub, 3,000 milligram with 5% lidocaine.
So look,
Oh, yeah,
if you're
lidocaine.
sore, this is the stuff you want to rub on your body to make those aches and pains go away. They even have CBD infused coffee, so you can have coffee without the little jitter that you get from caffeine, and you have it in the morning and you start your day off right. Your body feels lubricated. You're going to sleep good.
Yeah, and also they have, if you kind of forget to reorder, they've got subscriptions.
And they're giving the No Simple Road family 20% off.
20% off.
Put
with
in the promo code NSR20 when you're checking out at sunsetlakecbd.com. You're going to get 20% off your entire order.
NSR20.
And don't forget those cute little gummy bears.
That's right. sunsetlakecbd.com, one of our favorite sponsors, is back.
One of our favorite sponsors, Shop Tour Bus, is a fantastic place to get Grateful Dead inspired merch. And not just regular merch.
Like what kind of merch?
You're going to get t-shirts, you're going to get baby stuff, you're going to get socks, you're going to get stickers, and they're all playfully whimsical with different Grateful Dead lyrics that are not on the nose.
No, the designs that are on these shirts are, like Mel said, a Grateful Dead lyric, but it's told in picture.
Yeah.
So you're not going to find, your typical Grateful Dead iconography in there. You're going to find all kinds of other weird shit, man. But check this out. It comes in a one-of-a-kind hand-designed box with a Grateful Dead lyric on the inside. It's got all kinds of extras in there, and they just got a whole shipment of brand new cassette bootlegs. So some of you lucky people are going to get an actual real live dyed-in-the-wool, traded back from the time immemorial Grateful Dead bootleg in your order.
And if you happen to have any extras at home that you haven't listened to in years, send them out to Shop Tour Bus. They are always willing to barter. They say DM them, and send in some tape so that they can be traded along.
Yeah, keep the family happy and listening to cool bootlegs from back in the day, and get free shipping too. So
That's right.
when you check out, put in the promo code No Simple Road.
No Simple Road.
They are going to
folks.
hook you up with free shipping, and they are part of the No Simple Road family sponsor, shoptourbus.com or at shoptourbus on Instagram. Check it out. Have you ever listened to the Grateful Dead?
Out of a UFO?
That you got at Electric Fish Lights?
Shit. You're
I want to.
Yeah. Look, if you're listening to the Grateful Dead, one of the things you should probably do is listen to the Grateful Dead out of a UFO.
That
Heck
you got at
yeah.
Electric
Or
Fish Lights.
even better, inside of a UFO. You could get listen, man, go to electricfishlights.com and check out what they got. They have dope ass handmade lights made from this thing called IQ technology, which stands for, ready?
Interlocking quadrilaterals.
Lateral.
It is 30 interlocking pieces that can be combined into 15 different shapes, and when you put those shapes together, it is endless what they can build for you.
Are made out of recycled plastic milk jugs.
And they all come with a 12-foot cord and a hardware kit to hang the light, and a 12-year, 12 is a number that is involved with Electric Fish Lights, 12-year energy-efficient, safe to leave on LED bulb. And check this out, man. You tell them what you want. So
The possibilities are
yeah,
endless.
you're like, I want a light shaped like a hammer. And then they're like, cool. And then they send it to you. Or like, I want a light shaped like a starfish. And then they're like, cool. And then they send it to you.
Or one of my favorite recently, if you go look in the backs of the pictures, there's a Pickle Rick
Ooh.
He made a pickle Rick.
Cute.
Okay, he did. And they have color changing upgrade bulbs, and they have Bluetooth speaker bulbs that also change colors. So all those cool posters that you've collected over the years, when you put your electric fish light next to them and you turn that light on and the colors start changing, the music starts playing, crazy shit starts happening.
You're in for a ride.
So check it out, man. Put in the promo code NSR when you check out.
NSR.
You're going to get 10% off, and any NSR family member that gets the color changing upgrade is going to get a one-of-a-kind No Simple Road electric fish light commemorative
Collaborative
poster.
Commemorative and collaborative.
Yeah, and it fucking dances when you turn the light on.
Sure
and
does.
Colors start changing. Shit starts happening, man.
eye winks and shit.
Check it out, man. Go to electricfishlights.com or at electricfishlights on Instagram. When you check out, put in the promo code
NSR.
and like Mel said, and you are going to get enlightened. It's time for you to define the way that you smoke cannabis.
How would we do that?
I know how to do that.
You will head to Define Premium Cannabis in Hillsboro or in Forest Grove. You will walk in. You will say, "Hey, what's up? I listen to No Simple Road," and they'll be like, "Oh shit, here's
We're going to
10%
give you
off.
10% off and a free T-shirt.
A free T-shirt.
We're getting you stoned and we're clothing you because that's
And giving you a discount.
dude. I don't know any other podcast that hooks you up like that. I'm just saying.
Well, and if you come out to the Hillsboro location Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5:30, that's where I work at.
What?
And I'll probably come floating out of double doors.
He actually, if you ask for Apple, he comes out of the back dressed like an 80s skater.
Ooh,
And he will
I can
use
see
his
that.
skateboard to find the perfect cannabis product to
Skate or
suit your
die.
needs.
I'll
That's
grind
right.
the case and do a kick flip.
Yeah. Come on, man. Give us some more tricks.
Then I'm going to do a Christ Air off the roof.
Shit, you're old, Christ there. Anyway, man, go out to Hillsboro, go to Forest Grove, go get yourself some good weed, go take care of your head. It is super important in these wild times that we're living in. The world has absolutely gone bananas, but you know what hasn't gone bananas?
What?
Cannabis.
Ooh.
So go check it out. Define Premium Cannabis.
Hey everyone, Chris Pandolfi from the infamous String Dusters here to let you know that my podcast, Inside the Musician's Brain, is back on the airwaves for Season 4, which means it's time once again to get deep with influential musicians from all across the musical landscape to really understand and translate the lessons of success, failure, inspiration, and hard work that are behind the music and the artists that we love. My guests this season include Rachel Price from Lake Street Dives, Sam Bush, Chris Wood, Chris Funk from The Decemberists, Lindsay Liu, MC Taylor from His Golden Messenger, and more. Check us out, and thanks for listening.
We're so excited to tell you a bit about today's sponsor, Music Masters Collective. They are a nonprofit organization that produces unique music events, providing opportunities for fans and artists to meet and collaborate in an inspired and creative atmosphere.
Music Masters Collective events give you the opportunity to learn from world-class musicians like Otil Burbridge, Steve Earle, Richard Thompson, former members of the band, the Milk Carton Kids, Nikki Glaspie, the Fab Four, and Sean Colvin, and so many more.
At an event like the Milk Carton Kids Sad Song Summer Camp happening this July, you can expect immersive classes, evenings of entertainment, excellent food, and a space for a lucky group of folks to learn, co-write, workshop, and perform with like-minded peers, all with the guidance of Kenneth Pattengale, Joey Ryan, and some of their favorite songwriters. This all-inclusive week in the Catskill Mountains of upstate New York is guaranteed to be magical. Scholarships are available and spots are extremely limited, so visit www.sadsongsummercamp.com/simple to learn more. That's www.sadsongssummercamp.com/simple. Check it out.
No simple road. No simple road. No simple road. No simple road.
Would you like an arrowhead? No, I don't
that
like
tastes like
asshole water. Oh my
you know,
God.
everybody knows it was bad.
What?
I don't want to say it.
Where were we drinking that water? Hey now, No Simple Road family. Where were we drinking it?
What do you mean where? All over the place.
The valley of woe and disappointment.
The desert of disappointment.
Definitely don't want this. I would believe that like asshole water would be toilet water.
Well, or enema water.
Ew.
Yeah.
Gross. We're starting off on
Yeah,
fire
we're starting
today.
off on fire. I'm sorry. I just had to
Holy
throw that.
crap.
Hey, everybody.
Who's our guest this
Sorry.
week?
Wait. This is Aaron.
And Mel, I'm sorry that we were
And-
talking.
And
gross.
this is Apple.
And I'm Darwin. That's the dog. He's asleep though. He talks in his sleep. Yeah. Hey, everybody, check it out. Guess what?
What?
We have Davvy
Who?
this week.
Davvy.
Yeah, Davvy Glab.
Our new BFF?
Yeah, man. He's my new favorite person, and I'm actually thinking of putting through legit adoption papers to make him our kid.
I wouldn't object. I'd be happy to have him as a child.
I really think
Davey
that-
is so super fun and just this is very comfortable.
I'm
This
kind
was
of yeah.
This is a long one. We went a couple hours. We could have kept on going. Of
I'm
course,
sad that
this was just
it was so long
I'm
after.
sad that it ended.
Well, I'm sad that it ended, but I was going to say I'm sad that it took us so long to get this episode out because after we did it, we were all so fired up about it. We were like, "Hell yeah, he's dope! Can't wait to meet him." And then it just.
I told after we did the interview with him, I sent him a text. Jesus, Aaron, use your words. And I was like, dude, we want to fly you out here to come to fish with us at the gorge. I was like, we want to hang out. But yeah, man, if you guys don't know who Davvy is, he is one half of the duo Toby and Davvy on YouTube, and
which is funny as shit.
just go. Please do yourself and us a favor,
and Davvy.
and them, and go check it out, man, because you are about to find your new online best friends. Seriously,
Yeah,
they
say
do
that
a
too.
drink and a joint once a week where they just hang out and drink and smoke weed and talk about crazy shit. They do Beats and Chill where Toby does beats and Davvy plays guitar. Davvy does online Grateful Dead guitar lessons, teaches everybody how to play Grateful Dead songs. And then Davvy also is in a band called Chants In The Void, like chanting, you know, like chanting, Chants In The Void, not chance. He's not taking a chance. It's hard to
His
say
name's
that
not Chance.
with my fake teeth. My partial gets in the way.
Chance.
Chants In The Void. No, and they are an amazing Grateful Dead cover band, and they also do Steal Your Mondays on YouTube. So there's a lot happening with the
It
Toby and
stays
Davvy
busy.
YouTube channel. It is quite prolific in its output of content, and you know, just because they're putting out content doesn't mean that it's good content in all cases. But in this case,
It's good content.
every single one of them is a fucking home run. Like, you can, bless you,
Thank you, babe.
I don't want your soul to escape your body. You can sit down with a drink and a joint and have a drink and a joint. And if
And
you're just
crack up and have a great time.
And they also started doing the idea that Jake told us a long time ago about watching movies. They're watching old 80s movies.
and commentating.
and it's fucking hilarious. Totally hilarious. So yeah, that's Davvy, and that is who we're going to be talking to here in a little bit. But
And you learn a whole lot about it. This is conversation. We learned a lot.
I'm looking at my
his road
notes.
has been very interesting.
it hasn't been simple, some would say.
And this was back in May. May
Okay.
29th.
All right.
Yeah,
Look at us. Getting stacked up.
I know.
What's up with your notes? Here I'm looking at my notes. It was back
Well,
in May, and then
Well, no, because
That's all it says.
one of the funniest
Davvy May.
things that sticks out is DMT, shamanism, linen clothes, psychedelic Jesus.
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah,
I mean, that about sums him up.
yeah, it really does.
I could see him in some linen clothes with a big bowl of
He
DMT.
talks about it.
Yeah.
And his number one lesson in life,
What?
acceptance, and it's also the word of the day
Okay.
every day.
All right. Well,
Word of the day every day. It's a strong word.
what about gratitude? That should be another word of the day.
Well,
No, it's not in your notes.
this is not in my notes.
Well, what about
then Davvy didn't
loyalty,
say that.
loyalty? Oh.
Wow. What's everybody doing?
I should throw trombeo in there once in a while too. That's a great word of the day.
That's
Trombeo.
all Apple has to say that word, and Mel is off to the races. man.
Trombeo.
It is always a home run.
She is the best audience for him and I, man. Sometimes we don't have to really do anything. Like, I'll scratch my head and she starts cracking up.
Me and Aaron both think that we would be the best stand-up comedians in the world because of Mel. We'd get out there and it'd be like crickets, but Mel would be laughing. We'd be like, that's right. Mel's our best fan.
Just once I get going. But the truth is, too, if something's not funny, I don't laugh.
No, that's very
That's
true.
very true.
Hey,
do you have a
I do. We'll get there in a second. I have.
You're brewing on it?
Just hang on a second. Hold your horses.
Whoa.
Okay.
Thank you. So, if you're new to No Simple Road, welcome home, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming and hanging out with us and letting us invade your ear canal.
Yeah.
Go get a Q-tip, man, because that shit is fucked up.
Don't be putting that Q-tip in your ear. Just do the outside.
Mel,
I know.
You need to stop
I'm
because
telling them,
you be tickling that ear clip.
I'm telling them out of experience, my ears are fucked up, guys, and it's not just from the concerts.
It's like this much sticking
Yeah.
out. It's like, dude, I think I hit my brain.
Like when Shrek does that thing.
She does it and one eye closes and she's like,
I have a serious problem. I don't really talk about it. I don't know where to get help for this problem.
Q-tips Anonymous, baby.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Me and Q-tips, por vida.
Anyway, thank you for letting us talk to you and be with you and spend time with you because we love you. No, for real though, thanks, man. Thanks for listening to the show. And, you know, if you've never listened to the show before, the format of our thing is like we do an intro and our intros are usually kind of long. And we talk about our lives and our week and all the stuff that's going on in our world. And then we have a conversation with somebody rad like Davvy. So you are now in the space-time continuum, in that moment in time in which you are spending time with the No Simple Road family around the table in our studio. How do you like that? Wow. Catch me outside.
How you like me now?
So what Apple was alluding to a moment ago is a public service announcement.
What's all this weird vocal
that I have?
I don't know. I'm excited because I have a tidbit of what's gonna. I don't know.
I have a public service announcement, and it came from Flux, PH with a PH, Flux on Instagram.
Like no flux given.
Yeah. Well, not one single fluck. And he said, "Hey." Well, he probably didn't say it like that. He probably said, "Hey,"
or "Hey."
I'm wondering if you can help spread the word to those going to fish in AC regarding location on the beach and glow sticks. I saw this on a board and I'm sharing it with you. So I shared what I'm about to read with you in our story. And I also wanted to read it to all of you who were listening in case you are headed to Atlantic City to see fish this week, I think. I don't know, in the near future. And check it out. Atlantic City public service announcement. Wow, my eyes are so fucked up.
Do you want me to read it?
No, I got it. Going to see fish on the beach in Atlantic City? Sweet. Me too. Can't wait. It's going to be a blast. Like Mexico for the common fan, but with more Staten Islanders. But I have a favor to ask. Now, I don't want to tell anyone they can't have fun, but please, please, please leave the glow sticks at home for these shows. It's not a summer shed with a concert floor they can just sweep up. It's not a festival with an army of Green Crew volunteers who will pick up your mess every night. It's the beach, and the ocean is love. And the ocean does not need more plastic. Do your part, tell your friends, spread it round. If you see someone with glow sticks, beat their face. No, I'm just kidding. If you see someone with glow sticks, maybe politely ask them not to throw them. If you see someone, or if you see someone, you're going to see a lot of people on your way out. If you see some on your way out each night, maybe bend down and pick them up. If you do a little, we can do a lot.
It's piggybacking on what I was saying last week about Trey making that little announcement.
What
hey
little
guys,
announcement?
Just pick up a piece of trash on the way out.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
I did say that.
Trey didn't say that.
Trey didn't say that. I said if Trey was listening, you have a lot of power with your words. So you'd be like, thank you, everybody, for such a wonderful night. We love Atlantic City. Please pick up your trash, your glow sticks, your pieces of paper, whatever you dropped. And if you didn't do anything because you were an angel, pick something else up that somebody dropped.
Yeah, here's the thing. I am the first person in line for the line of not telling people what to do. I'm usually first, but I'm in this instance. This has to do with the planet that we live on and the ocean that makes air and water and all the cool stuff that we need to like actually stay alive on the planet. And
We're already having a hard time.
yeah, man.
So let's take it easy.
Humans are being shitty in a lot of places and doing bad things.
This isn't a hard ask either. This is like just, like if somebody was like tall right in front of you, you'd be like, hey, can you scoot over? And they'd be like, sure.
Fuck yeah. Really?
Wow.
What?
I guess there's no.
That tall dude was kind of rude.
Bring your glow sticks. Fuck what Aaron said with his mentality.
No, man.
You're going to the concert of Dennis Leary. I'm an asshole.
It's sand. The show is literally on the beach, and
paint your skin. How about that? Paint
there you
your
go.
skin.
Glow yourself.
Get some outfit that's got
There's so
something
many ways
glowy.
to glow.
Yeah, you could be the human cannonball and
Do
shoot
like
yourself in the air.
do like breath of fire. Your skin will start glowing.
Yeah. See, Mel
Wait,
has.
wait.
There's a lot of ways
I was
to
going
go.
to say, when we're talking to you guys, to fish fans, you want to talk about creative people, there are a lot of ways to have fun stuff.
Yeah.
How
And-
about pose it as a challenge?
And this is just one show out of the myriad of shows that you'll be at for the rest of your life. Look, I'm going to end it here. How bad would you feel if after the shows in Atlantic City, you saw pictures of sea turtles covered in green goo with glow sticks jammed in their eyeballs? All right? That's all I'm
around their
saying.
little
Sad.
fins, and that's so
Yeah,
sad.
no, don't do that. So there's our PSA for the week. We love you guys. Mel and I are leaving.
Don't talk about
On
me
a
like
jet
that, baby.
plane.
We're leaving tomorrow night, or actually,
Yeah.
we left last night. I'm because we're putting.
Oh,
it on
yeah, by the
Tuesday.
time this comes
Yeah.
out.
We're actually in Hershey, Pennsylvania right now.
Woo.
How was it?
I'm not
We
going
haven't- we
to
haven't got to the
participate
show.
in
Oh,
this
yeah,
yet
haven't got to the
because
show.
I don't know what it looks like yet.
Yeah,
And I don't know how my flight was.
actually, we're releasing this on Tuesday morning, but right now it's Sunday. So Mel and I are leaving tomorrow night to go to Hershey to attend The Fish, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm super excited. I've never been to a show in Pennsylvania.
I've never been to Pennsylvania.
Never been to Pennsylvania. I'm super stoked to meet our East Coast No Simple Road family.
What?
I am really excited to hang out with John B. and Amy,
Me too.
the owners of Electric Fish Lights. If
What?
you didn't hear the commercial at the beginning, go check out electricfishlights.com.
I mean, that is I'm really, really, really excited about that.
And also,
I'm more jealous of that than you guys going to fish, to be honest. John,
Yeah, I would
Amy.
be too,
I was
Apple.
like,
I would be
wait, you're going to meet John and Amy
well, they're
before?
coming for the gorge.
Well, you
Well, I
got to meet
know,
Buzz,
but
and
you're
we didn't.
Yeah,
That's true. Okay,
That's
that's
not
true.
fair.
This
You
is
guys
now it's a
still have
wash.
not. Yeah, okay. That
And Buzz took you guys out
Yeah,
and all
man.
that.
and met your kids, but
Yeah.
not you. That's
we
right.
left our children in our absence.
Yeah, Sydney happened to be up here at the time. Yeah. Okay. So, hi, John and Amy.
yeah, and we're gonna hang out with Jack from Bacon
Yes.
Man, Jack Abramson Studios, and his girl Eve Lilly, and we're gonna finally, after 4.5 years of working with Osiris, meet RJ in
Wow.
person. We've never
I'm
met
really
RJ.
stoked about that too, RJ.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
So these are monumental shows. So here's the scoop, man. Tuesday at Hershey Park Stadium in the lot, No Simple Road will be podcasting from the
some
lot.
of No Simple Road.
2/3 or 1/2.
Oh, because Darby.
Yeah, because of Darwin. 1/2 of No Simple Road will be podcasting, Mel and I, from the lot. We're going to be giving away stickers. We're going to be interviewing some of the vendors. We're going to be talking to some of you people out there doing your thing, slinging your sling, dancing your dance.
Whoever wants to talk to us,
Yep.
come on up.
So keep your eyes on our Instagram at No Simple Road. On Tuesday, I will post a picture of, wow, that was a lot of plosives. I will post a picture of where we are on the lot and when we're going to be there and put the times and all that good jazz so you can come say hi.
Hi.
The good jazz.
Not the bad jazz.
We'll just
not
look
the
at each
light
other and say,
jazz.
hi, hi.
hi.
That's
Hi.
it.
And then
Okay.
and I'm going to hand you the microphone. Hi, go.
Hi.
No, I think it'll be really cool to take a little audio snapshot of the lot at Hershey in 2021.
Yeah.
You know, and seriously, I saw today on Twitter, somebody said, I'm so excited to tell people that I saw fish in the 2020s. And I have to agree in the 20s because what they're doing on tour right now is some next level shit. Every single show has had at least a 20-minute jam in the second set.
They're bringing back the Roaring 20s.
They are.
Boom.
This, everybody's saying it's 4.0 fish. And if this is 4.0 fish, I'm down for the 4.0 and the
You're
sickness.
down with the
Sickness.
disease?
Yeah, I'm, yep. So, you know, this is going to be super fun, you guys. Can't wait to meet all of our East Coast family. It's pretty exciting. It's been something that we've talked about quite a bit, and this came around just because.
No, it didn't come around. You made it happen. That's what happened.
I made this happen just because.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was no reason.
Nope.
At all.
Nope.
We were sitting on the porch, relaxing. It was like a balmy Sunday night, and Mel was still at work.
It was not balmy.
And it was
really
not a
hot.
Sunday.
Okay,
it was right after we went out
it
to
was
the
actually
green
a-
sky.
It was Thursday.
No, it was Wednesday
It was
because I was off
Wednesday.
of work and I had just come from the pool.
Oh, that's right. You were with your
That's
friend.
why I remember.
I like that. That was great. You got every fact wrong. Every fact. The day, the time, the weather. Mel
Okay.
working. Hell
Wow.
yeah,
Whatever.
dude.
Mel was at the pool. It was really cold out. And no, I was sitting there. She wasn't home. And I forget what got me on the kick, but I was like,
Oh, this is his argument, everybody. If we say we can't go somewhere, we're adults, and so we can change that rule. So why don't we change the fact that we're not going? What? What the hell?
it makes sense. to
What
me.
kind
makes-
of reasoning
totally
is
makes
that?
sense.
I'm a fucking
That's
grown up. I
Aaron's
could do what I want.
And I was like, okay. I mean, if you're serious, sure, but I wasn't exactly like wanting to go back east.
Well, I sent you like 8 texts, and the
Yeah.
first one was like, "Let's do something crazy."
Atlantic City, and I was like, whoa, Atlantic City, that doesn't even sound good to me, but okay, fine, whatever. Nothing against Atlantic City. I'm just, my vibes weren't there. My head wasn't there.
We don't
had
want to
just
go to
seen,
Beach Vegas.
no, we had just come from Green Sky Bluegrass, and I was like floating on that still. I was like, yeah, and then we're talking about let's go to the beach and be all sardine packed on the sand. Like, it just didn't compute. But I love you, and
Well,
You're
we
gonna
would
do
do
it's
it.
Well, I'm
why
glad.
not?
I'm
Why
glad
not?
now that you guys changed it, but I was very excited at first because I started cracking up that night. Remember, I came in, they're getting ready to go to bed, and I came knock on their. I was like, I just want to let you know, I think it's dope that Grandma and Grandpa are going to Atlantic
yeah.
City, because that's how you hear that. Like, Grandma and Grandpa are going to Atlantic City and not to gamble or anything, for fish.
yeah.
You're gonna go get spun on the sand. No, we sat down and we looked at Deer Creek, AC and Hershey, and we looked at all the venues. And I think the reason that we picked Hershey
It
was
is the
because the
reason.
venue looked the most
Yeah.
awesome.
I just think none of us were feeling Atlantic City vibes.
Well,
But
plus Hershey is built on a solid layer of chocolate.
Yeah,
And
Willy Wonka lives there.
and also, yeah, like the plane tickets, that was a factor. The price.
We actually went with the most expensive option as far as plane tickets go.
I said it was a factor. I didn't say how, which way it's.
Yeah, man. You know what? You
Well, I
only
like
live
the way
once.
this shipped up here.
I'm at the stage in my life where I have raised my children. I have worked my work.
And
I am an adult. I could do what the fuck I want. What? And what?
well, I was just you were on a train and I didn't want to stop
I
it.
just trains in the station.
Okay, I was just gonna say congratulations on having your son today. Simon's our baby's birthday, Simon. So congratulations, babe.
You too.
Thank you.
You did a lot of work.
Congratulations to both of you.
19 years ago, about now, I was passed out at home, freaking the fuck out that I just had a baby son.
And I was passed out in the hospital, probably holding Simon or not. Who knows what I was doing?
I'll never forget that day. So
you guys, does everybody want to hear?
No.
Which side of the story this is? You started
let's
it.
keep it nice.
Okay.
So-
well, you just know that there's two sides, everybody.
I just remember going home after being at the hospital and walking in the house and being like, wow, this is the last time I will ever be in this house with.
That's
was that
my
your
stomach.
Whoa, I thought that was Darwin.
I thought it was like a motorcycle or that sounded like a chainsaw. It sounded like
Sorry if everybody
That
heard
was
that.
dope.
This is the last time I'll ever be in this house without like my son, like he'll be living here from now on after today. And it was such a, I remember I was laying, we had this big like 4-post bed that was like 3 feet high off the ground, like we
the
called it
4x4 bed.
4-wheel drive bed. And I got up on the bed. You had to do like 2 steps up and then get up on the bed. And I was laying on the bed, like just tripping out, staring at the ceiling, like, holy shit, we just had a kid. But he's 19 today. Time flies, babe.
I know. Time does fly.
It does. Like it has wings and big old beak and big bulgy eyes. It's like, no. All right, let's do the wrap up thing. The week.
The wrap up?
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
I'll take.
You know, by the time we get to Sunday, I've kind of forgotten the whole week. I mean, I really have.
Maybe
Monday, days
cannabis,
off.
babe.
Let me go. I'll go for you. Let me go
Yeah,
first.
go first.
I'll lead
Apple.
in
Thank
going
you.
first.
But then I'll kind of remember stuff.
It was a good week.
good
it was
week was had
it was
by
kind of
all.
a strange week. I love Cody, our friend Cody, and he texted us on Tuesday. Me and Aaron and Mint, we got used to our first 2 shows back that you've heard us talk about. It when you do it 2 weeks in a row, it starts to become a thing. Like we were all meeting here on Tuesday afternoon to head out to go see a show. So this week was like more, that was gone. And we all had mentioned on Tuesday, and Cody was like, I sure was getting used to seeing you amigos every Tuesday. So it was kind of I wouldn't say a bad week or anything, but it was just kind of like, oh, I wish this happened every week. I wish there was a concert every Tuesday night, and then I had Wednesday off work with 2 days of work.
Hell yeah.
That would be a dope schedule. But anyway, it was just, I don't know, it's kind of a normal week, and now the anticipation for the other stuff that's going to be happening is what's on the burner right now, like waiting for the gorge to come, and then
Waiting for the
it'll be
gorge.
weird too, like you two leaving midweek to go back to Hershey and stuff. It's going to be a very quiet,
Yes. it will.
like weird kind of
You're
week
gonna have to deal with a sad
again.
dog.
Yeah, which I'm kind of, after this week, I'm kind of embracing. Okay, enjoy this quiet lull, because now a whole lot more stuff is getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't have a lot, not a lot this week. It was kind of a transition chill week.
I have to say that I'm learning something that I didn't realize before when we were before quarantine and we were going to shows all the time and we were taking sacrament all the time. Mel would ask like the next day, like, what did you get from that trip? Like did anything happen? Did you get any messages, like any downloads or anything? And I would always tell her like, it takes me a couple of days to kind of figure out what happened and to start putting the pieces back together. Cause I don't know, as I get older, it's more intense. And,
Well, you got to kind of wait for the come down too,
Yeah.
when you're not still
and,
there.
right. And this week, like, I started realizing, because like Apple said, we were going to shows 2 weeks in a row and we partied pretty hard. And, this was like the integration week. And I started realizing kind of what I got from going out there and putting the pieces back together. And Mel and I had a conversation today and watched this video, and one of the things that like stuck with me while I was out there, like the first night, and I talked about this last week on the show, but like there was 2 weeks of shows. The first week was Yonder Mountain String Band and the String Dusters, and then the second week was Green Sky Bluegrass. And the first week at Yonder and the Dusters show, it was Tuesday night. It was our first show back, and in the first set on the first night, like I was having a really difficult time getting into the flow of things. And I felt this like undercurrent of anxiety and like just trepidation. And I couldn't put my finger on it. And it was me, and it was also the collective that was there. And it was both. And it was kind of weird and confusing at the time. Never had that happen before at a show. And, so, you know, the next couple weeks go by and we do our thing. And as I'm putting the pieces back together, I was just really realizing how important it is to not be in that fear frequency. It's a killer, man. And we're being bombarded and inundated with really terrible news on the reg from all fronts. And it's super important right now for me and all of you guys out there that hear my voice right now to take some time every day and just be quiet and shut the fuck up and put your phone down, turn off the TV, turn off the music, and just listen to the wind. I know this sounds silly.
It's coming from you, for sure.
Listen to the wind or the birds or something other than electronic noise coming at you, and just reconnect with that thing that is way bigger than all of us for a few minutes every day, because there is an onslaught and a war going on for our attention and our consciousness and our fear. And look, I don't give a fuck which side of the political line you land on. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about frequency and where we sit as human beings on the planet. And being in that frequency is not going to do any of us any good right now. It's just not, man. And worrying and trying to figure out what's going to happen and being anxious over the future is not doing any of us, including myself, any good. So over this week, that has been the thing that has been impressed on me in my head. It's like, hey man, you need to go and fucking take your shoes off every morning and put them in the dirt behind the house so that you're connected with the planet, and breathe the air for 5 minutes and offer a little more tobacco and do your thing and keep trucking with your day. And I'll tell you what, man, I've really noticed that like baseline level of anxiety that I carry around, because I do have a thing with worrying and whatever. When I do that, I can tangibly feel it drain into the planet, into the earth. Like, mom is cool and wants to take care of her kids, and will take that and transmute it and use it as compost for something good. And so I'm more than willing to give that up a little bit every day, so that I'm not carrying that around and spreading it to my fellow human beings that are out there. And yeah, that's been my week, dealing with that and coming to grips with, you know, I'm not going to let this thing that's going on out there take over my mind. I'm going to continue living my life and go see fucking fish and have fun and do our thing and be safe and be healthy and be positive and dance with my wife and my friends and my family and boogie and put out good energy out there into the world, so that those ripples go out and they make some change, because goddamn, we need it. So, and that's all I got to say about that. Mel, your turn.
Damn, I feel like a putz now. Now you're going to fall. I'm glad I went.
Way to go, putz.
Damn.
Well,
I was just going to say one thing that I love that he said about that's kind of how we all feel here. It doesn't matter what party, what religion, or you can be anything and still vibrate love and love others. It doesn't matter what you believe. Be open, be loving. Yeah. That comes first, not all the other monikers and cliques fucking bullshit.
Sides.
Anyway,
there ain't
that's
no
it.
Sides. Shit.
Yeah.
There's
no, I
humans.
definitely second, third that for sure. You don't have to look or act like anybody to display love. You don't got to do that. But okay, so back to my week. You know, I had a really relaxing couple days off and very fruitful. I have been really good with propagating my plants, and so I that was one of my projects on Tuesday. I just enjoyed spending time with myself this week in different ways. And Thursday we got an opportunity to talk to Jeff Firewalker Schmidt. Aaron and I did, and gosh, for some reason he just really helps to give me renewal, an internal renewal of like hope and just he's like a spiritual brother that kind of is able to put his spiritual arm around your spiritual shoulder, you know, and just make you feel better and remind you of who you are and your sacredness. And, you know, when he was here, he and Aaron and I had talked about something, and he kind of reiterated a conversation that we were all having, and it just made me start to think about things differently. And, you know, usually I don't like to talk about or think too much into the future. Mm-hmm. I really like to be
you're
present.
You're not a future thinker.
No, tomorrow will worry about itself. But, you know, there's making plans, or there's also
fail to plan.
Yeah. There's making plans, and then there's also like goals, like you want to do something, so you set a goal or something. And he just brought something up that like, well, I was thinking about the future of Aaron and I and Jeff, and it really brought a sense of purpose and renewal back into, and not like I didn't have it, but it just reminded me of it. And so that really gave me some fuel for the rest of the week. You know, and then of course I'm excited about flying out to the East Coast with my man by ourselves, and John and Amy, sweethearts, you know, volunteered to pick us up to bring us to the show. And so that already right there, knowing that we have like love when we get to the city that we've never been to, that's exciting and super fucking cool. And I'm super stoked about that. And I'm going to wear my fun little white tie-dye dress with the cute lace. And
me too.
Yeah. I honestly, like, I feel like last week I was having a really hard time with a lot of maybe just too much media, too much social media, just too much work and listening to customers. And this week I feel like I was able to, maybe since I talked about it and got it out and stopped looking so much and changing what I was putting into my ear holes and to my eyeballs, I noticed that my mood changed this week like a lot. It's like night and day almost.
I wasn't joking. Like, I wasn't being tongue in cheek when I said there's a war going on right now for your attention and your consciousness. That's a real fucking thing that's happening.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like some woo bullshit, like conspiracy theory, none of that. That's a real fucking thing that's happening right now.
I mean, even if you don't want to use the word war, there's definitely there's things vying for your attention.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Sure.
There's like built-in rabbit holes to go down with each of them. And be careful.
Yeah.
Even with stuff that I enjoy, like, okay, so some of the things I'm into on my Instagram, you know, because they'll start showing you things. I like skincare. I like massage, reflexology. So then even that, now it's like, oh, get certified for get this new gua sha, like,
just keep throwing it at you.
Exactly. And so it just really, like, it wears you down. And so think about, if you're looking at something negative, it's going to send you a bunch of negative stuff and wear you down. And that's where I was last week and the week before.
You know, one of our awesome brothers that we've met through the show, Big Red One, called me today. And
love you, Nate.
Yeah, I love you, Nate. And Grand
Poobah,
the No Simple
Grand
Road
Poobah.
family,
Right.
man. The Poobah was upset today when he got the news that Jazz Fest was canceled. And my heart goes out to all those musicians that were going to make money down there playing and doing their
And the
thing,
crew.
and to the city of New
town,
Orleans
yeah.
and all the people that had plans and all of it, man. It's fucked up. And let's not focus on the negative. Let's keep our sights on the positive and manifest the world that we want to see into the future. So
Well, what's going to happen with that being canceled is all those people who are going to be playing are going to be doing something else.
Freed
So
up.
there's going to be so
Something
many
else,
things
yep.
that come out of that.
So
that's
my point
positivity.
is, when I was talking to him today, he said something that I mean, I've heard it before, but it was re-impressed on me today. He was like, you know, part of the problem is that when we go online, we are in these self-fulfilling echo chambers where our ideas and thoughts and opinions are repeated back to us by the
Reiterated.
people that we follow, and then we blast anybody that has the opposite or dissenting opinion to that thing. And that goes for all sides. Like, it happens with all of us. And it was really re-impressed on me today that when he said that, I was like, wow, yeah, it really is like that. So we really need to be careful with our media diet.
There's no way to, even if you're careful to curate it, the only way that you can truly be careful is by not engaging.
And that too. And
that's how you can be careful.
Look, you don't sit down at the dinner table every night and just keep eating until the next day. You don't. You get full and you fucking quit eating.
Moderation is always a good thing. I work with somebody whose wife was giving him crap about him being on whatever site looking at something. He's like, but babe, you're on there too. And her point was like, she's like, but I'm watching kitten videos and stuff. He goes, same fucking thing. If you're doing it for 6 hours a day straight, that's not healthy. No matter what it is. To be fixated, doesn't matter whether it's good, happy, kittens playing all day long. That's not good for that device to be in your face, sucking up all of your attention
and your energy. Because then I noticed too that, like, I was just like, I don't want to do, like, this is my own internal dialogue. Like, I just want to go lay down, or I just, like, literally energy to do stuff is gone. And I'm just more, I don't want to say negative. I also was PMSing last week. Just FYI.
Just throw that in there.
So man, if watch your media diet while you're PMSing too, man. Because
I would say, especially you probably gotta be careful there. Like, that could really send you to the wrong place.
Anyway, I don't want to get all heavy and weird, man, but I'm just saying.
It's too late. We started that a long time
This is just a friendly reminder to protect yourself on all fronts.
Yeah.
Your media, your the people you hang around, your food intake, all of it. What you look at, just to pay attention to it so that you can keep yourself on the up and up.
Look, one of the tenets of the Grateful Dead family is, are you kind, right? Like, that's a thing that we ask each other, and stickers, and it's in lyrics, and the first person you need to be kind to is yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Be kind to yourself,
applies
man.
to yourself.
Eat good food, drink good water, breathe good air, be around good people, listen to, look at, and participate in good shit, and good things will happen, man. That's it.
Well, sometimes bad things will happen, but you'll be in a good mood to be able to get through it.
You'll be able to handle it
your
better.
toe, but it's all right.
But your foundation's good enough that you can handle that little earthquake.
Yeah. So let's do the business.
Let's do it.
Business.
Ready? Business. No,
Follow us on Instagram
beep.
at No Simple Road, and on our website, www.nosimpleroad.com. And there you can want to click that merch tab and be like, oh shit, I'm going to buy this t-shirt and I'm going to cut it all up and make some fringe like our friend Rain did.
Or you could just go on there and buy a t-shirt and wear it. Like
you don't have to cut it up.
Do, and then just go to the show and be like, hey, I said this a few weeks ago. I think it'd be really cool if when we go to shows, if there was people wearing No Simple Road merch.
Not just us.
Just throwing it out there. Be cool to meet the family like that.
Sure would.
Like, you guys listen to our show. Holy shit, give me a hug.
Yay.
Is that okay? Can I give you a hug? We're hugging.
Oh yeah, we do have to
hugging
ask.
time.
We're in asking hugging
it's
time.
asking. We're not assuming.
No, we're not. I'm not gonna.
You and me.
I'm not gonna put my arms around anybody who doesn't say it's okay.
Nope.
So just know that. And also, I love hugs. I really do.
We're huggers.
I would be the one that would do that in the past, but I'm not doing that this time.
Brothers got a hug.
So I will get consensual huggage.
Anyway, it'd be cool. So yeah, go to the website and get yourself a t-shirt or a hoodie or a sticker or a fanny pack or a coffee cup.
Fanny pack is dope.
That money helps the show, man.
Thank you.
Just saying.
Thank you
guys. Thanks a lot, man. Also, go on Apple Podcasts and leave us a review. Nobody has left us a review for August yet.
Well, it's only the 8th.
Hey, that's 8 days that they had. All right? I'm just saying. 8 days, you guys are slipping.
Now we're starting the clock again. You got another week. Come on, come on,
you guys. Apple Podcasts, leave us a review. It's really cool. And when you do that, not only does it make Apple and Mel and I and Darwin really fucking happy, but it helps other people find out about the show through the algorithm and all that other fun stuff.
And guess what else?
What else?
You can go to www.patreon.com. And what will happen is you'll sign up. You will sign up for $1, $10, $15, $30, whatever
cute
you want.
dollars. You haven't said that in a long time. The cute dollars.
And you're going to end up supporting us while you're listening. All the sound quality, the fun stuff that we do.
Oh.
You're supporting that.
By the way,
What?
Kenzo signed up and then increased his donation. So Kenzo is
shit.
now giving the No Simple Road family $10 a month.
Kenzo,
Dang,
we double speak your name.
Double speak it,
Kenzo.
Love
We
you.
love you, Kenzo. For
Yeah.
real, though.
So Patreon is the financial arm of the No Simple Road
Yeah.
cadre. And that is how we pay for all the things No Simple Road, like our hosting and all the other stuff that we do. And that is how we will be able to continue to keep bringing you wonderful content with the stars and
And to eventually
musicians that you
to
love.
get on the road, to get out there and meet
Thank
you
you,
guys,
Apple,
to
for
do more
reminding
things
them.
like Aaron and Melanie are getting ready to do, like going across country to Hershey. We want to meet we want the South. We want the North, East, West, South, in between. We want to go everywhere
meet our
because you
country.
guys are everywhere out there.
Yep.
except for North Dakota,
Which is fine. We'll skip North Dakota. It's too
because we
cold.
don't have any listeners in North Dakota.
It's fine.
Somebody out there who has family in North Dakota knows how one of them would like us. You need to recommend your family member in North Dakota. Call up Fargo,
Have you looked
wherever.
recently?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Now there's one North Dakotan that's like, God damn it. Anyway, yeah, man. Patreon.com/No Simple Road. Anybody out there want to help us out a little bit? That is
Help
how you
us
do
out.
it. Also, you can do one-time donations through the PayPal at nosimpleroad@gmail.com. You can also call the tepid
tepid
line
line.
at
8-
971. You guys,
Okay.
Nine-
971-808-1524.
that number
Okay.
again is 971-808-1524. Go ahead and give it a call. And
Yeah.
the Google machine robot will answer, and then you can just talk. And listen to me. Hear my voice. There's a lot of you out there that have been at these fish shows. I would really love if 1 or 10 or 100 of you would call in with a fish trip report of
Do
your
it.
show.
We
That
had
would
to
be
have had
really
a
cool.
good time. We want to hear about it. Come on, please tell us stories.
Maybe people don't like the tepid line number because nobody calls it.
Some people do. We just had one a couple weeks
Once
ago.
in a while.
Our one of our listeners, Holy Mischief, on
Oh.
Instagram, went to their first fish show. So I'm shouting you out here. I'm putting the pressure on you. You said you were going to send us a thing in the thing. So 971-808-1524 is the thing. So send us the
Do the
thing. You know what I'm
thing.
saying? Yeah. And
do it.
what am I forgetting?
Oh,
Patreon.
I got one.
Okay.
I got something that we don't do a lot. Check this out, man. We've been talking a lot about fish, right? We are part of Osiris Media. Osiris is a podcast network that has really amazing podcasts on it.
Yes.
And they have the coolest Trey Anastasio podcast called Alive Again. If you are a fish fan and you have not listened to Alive Again, you're blowing it. I'm telling you right
Yeah.
now, they go deep with Trey in this. I think it's 4 parts, and it is really, really cool. This is a bunch of stuff that you've never heard before. Interviews with Trey and Tom Marshall and everybody that's involved in the whole fish universe. So go check out Alive Again. Go
Is that who's giving away the ticket? There's
Helping
a ticket
Friendly?
giveaway.
Helping Friendly podcast was retired, and they came out of retirement to go on tour with this fish tour,
Yeah.
and they are giving away fish tickets
to the,
Vegas.
Yeah, the Vegas shows.
In partnership with their
Shift
sponsor,
Cannabis.
Shift Cannabis. Here's the deets. So, Helping Friendly Podcast on tour is delighted to partner with Shift Cannabis on this incredible giveaway. You and a Helping Friendly friend can win 2 tickets to both 1030 and 1031, 2 nights hotel accommodation, and $500 towards airfare. All you need to do is visit shiftcannabis.com. That's S as in Sam, HIF as in Frank, shiftcannabis.com to enter. You can enter once daily to increase your chances until 9/5, when you can find them on Dick's Lot for a live winner announcement with Tom Marshall. And then we'll see you on tour. So, yeah, you can go on shiftcannabis.com every day until
win that dope
9/5
package.
and put in your name and
Get it to win the dope package.
that's
That's pretty
that's
amazing.
funny, Apple.
It's cannabis related.
I mean, that's a damn good prize.
that's that's one of the hottest tickets of the year.
Yeah. So, I'm just saying that's Osiris Media, man. And there is a whole bunch of other good podcasts on there. Go check all of them out. I am stoked that we're part of that family.
Me too.
And let's Davvy them up. You ready?
Heck yeah, you guys are gonna love this.
This is super fun.
So fun. Davvy, you're the man. Come visit us anytime. We love you. Can't wait to meet you in real life.
And also, we need to have you and Toby on.
Oh yeah.
We need to make that happen soon. So hit me up, man, and let's figure that out. Without further ado, the No Simple Road crew gives you
Davvy.
Are we recording? I didn't know that. I'm not ready.
He's not camera ready.
Wait, hold on.
He's got to put his face on.
Yeah, do I look high?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's what I was going for.
Davvy, what's up?
What's going on, guys? I'm like, my imposter syndrome is like fucking like red alerting right now.
Join the club.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for having me.
What's up, man? Introduce yourself to the family, man.
What's going on, family? My name is Davvy Glab, whatever, Davvy Kalish on Instagram, whatever you guys want to call me. And I teach Grateful Dead lessons on YouTube on a show called Play Dead on a channel called Toby and Davvy. Those are my dogs in the background.
Cute.
It is what it is.
What about Chants in the Void?
Chants in the Void. Okay, so yeah, I'm in a couple Grateful Dead tribute acts. There's one, Chants in the Void is the one that I play with every other week at a hemp store I'm in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
We play at a hemp store called the Chattanooga Hemporium. That is actually run by our keyboardist, Carl Pemberton, which is really cool that we know a guy,
Right? Hell yeah.
So that's a lot of fun. We've got some really talented musicians. I'm also in a group called Tennessee's Dead, which is part of Chants in the Void, is also part of Tennessee's Dead. So we kind of like just kind of move people over.
Gotcha.
But Tennessee's Dead doesn't play that often. We usually just do a couple shows a year because people are in other bands and people, people got lives to live and shit.
It's so fucking annoying, isn't it?
What is social life?
Like the worst thing is trying to get musicians to do anything.
Same thing with podcasters, dude.
No.
Same deal.
We're very obedient. What are you talking about?
No.
I call bullshit because
thank you.
I also
Thank
do
you,
a
brother.
podcast, and it is very hard. So I do so the channel that I run is the Toby and Davvy channel, and I do that with my best friend Toby, who has been like he's my hetero life mate. He is my partner in crime.
He's your Apple.
Boom. Exactly.
Wonder Twins powers acting.
Well, I don't know if Apple wants to be a Toby, though. But no, it's been great. So Toby and I were homeless on the road together for years, and we wrote music together for years.
What does Toby play?
Say what?
What does Toby play?
Toby he's a keyboardist, and he's also a producer. He's like a very talented hip hop producer.
What?
Which came out of
For
nowhere
real.
for me. So we were in a band. We had a jam band before called Shabti, Shabti. So it's like Shabti are these little Egyptian figurines.
Yeah.
That look. Yeah, you know what they are?
I do.
Okay, so that was we called our band that because heady Egypt shit.
Right.
So we were in that band for a long time, and we had to split because our drummer decided to move to Colorado to make ski gloves.
Because that's a thing you do.
What is it with drummers?
That's dope.
But yeah, Toby was the keyboardist in that band, and ever since then, we've just been like we also like write and produce like hip hop and pop music together. So like every other we do so much shit. It's stupid.
Okay.
Like our YouTube channel is like a potpourri of just we call it heady content for your daily decompression. So it is just like it's just coming at your face with like Grateful Dead lessons. Toby breaks down the beats that he's making. I do like 5-hour live streams every Friday night. Toby and I do a live stream every other Monday when the Dead show isn't happening, and I'm also live streaming the Dead show to the channel. And like it's just like we're putting out like 100 hours of content a week. Just
Dude, I told these guys this morning.
You're basically living on fucking YouTube.
I told them, I was like, this is game recognizing game right here, because you have fucking figured out a way to practice your guitar, get stoned, and get paid.
Yep.
That,
Boom.
you're a fucking genius.
But it took COVID for that to happen. It took COVID for that to be possible.
Really?
Yes, I would not have had the time nor the resources to do it if I wouldn't have been able to go all in if I didn't have a little nest egg and I didn't have the time. Yeah. It just ended up working out that way, that for some reason I came out better through COVID. Like,
we did too, man.
Yeah, and like, I mean, like you guys' studio looks fucking beautiful, straight up.
Thank
Just
you.
saying.
That was a COVID score
That was
too.
total COVID ground score.
It just happened. We didn't try at all. Just
No,
shit
it
fell
just-
into
yeah,
place.
but
You know
the-
how that goes.
boom.
Apple just wakes up, doesn't he?
Yes, he
Wakes
does.
up and
Yes,
is
he
there.
fucking does. Talking about game, recognizing game. That's exactly it.
Apple just stretches out and's like, yeah, hell yeah, life is fucking easy.
Dude.
Pretty
Davey,
much, dude.
Davey,
Yeah.
you have no fucking idea how true that is.
But you want to know what Apple is?
I'm simple
Think
too. It
about
makes
this.
it
It's like your
easy.
favorite dog. That's how you want to take care of Apple. That's and he deserves it. He really fucking does. He's awesome. He's great, and it's not just because it's his birthday month, but
No.
he kind of deserves the love that people give him because he's a sweethart.
He is genuinely a good boy.
Yes, he's a good boy.
Oh wait, I caught poop. No.
again. No, man. Me and
I
this,
appreciate that, brother. That is. I'm a simplistic person. I don't require a lot, so it makes life easy. Plus, at this age, just turning 52, 5 years ago, I found my niche in the world working in the cannabis industry. It's like when Arrington, when I got in the cannabis, both of them, they're like, who better than to be an inventory manager to like sample all the weeds.
I gotta sample all the
pick
weed.
all the weeds. I come home with homework like, oh my gosh, I got to smoke all these weeds tonight. And
I guess I got to try this.
I'm blessed. I count my blessings, and especially
Yeah.
like being able to talk to people we love, and like you and the bands we love and stuff. It's fucking dream come true. We're blessed.
Yeah, I mean, Donna Jean, what the
What?
fuck?
Dude, her
bruh.
just her on her fucking attitude, you could feel her smile through the phone. We didn't get to see her like we got to see you, but you could feel it, that she was just grateful, a sweetheart, just fucking putting it out there.
Well,
like,
I feel the way you feel about that. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And
I can't even imagine. I mean, like, I'm just what the fucking from over here. Your what the fuck has to be tremendous.
dude, you heard it. I don't know if you heard at the end of the episode. I was fucking blubbering like a little kid.
yeah, he couldn't.
I was fucking crying my eyes out. I was like, I can't believe this just happened. Like, this thing that has completely altered my life is now in the room with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, and I'm participating in the mojo of it.
and then
And that's forever, dog. That's forever. As
Oh,
long as the internet exists, that's there, dog. That happened.
yeah,
and like
that's
that-
nuts,
good point,
bro.
Dave. That's
like that
true.
happened, like Steve Parrish, and that happened.
Oh, yeah, that
all,
was-
all
Dennis,
because
yeah.
we got Dennis McNally in our corner. Whoever thought that Dennis McNally, would be? We've read his books and everything. We always looked up to Dennis, and he's in our corner, being like, "I want you to talk to these people."
That's
It's like-
insane.
Bro, and
Can't believe it.
and that's the thing, like, the Grateful Dead community is really, it's a family. And I mean, I knew that. I've been going to shows since '89. So I knew that shit. Like, I've been around it, but I didn't really understand the totality of it, like the fullness of what that meant until we started doing this. And then, like, when you put your passion into something and then the energy of it comes back to you. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah, absolutely.
and then it started coming back through that channel, through the Grateful Dead family channel. And I was like, oh shit, this is like another level that I never even knew existed. And now it's like this, I feel like the show has become its own entity. Like,
Yeah, it becomes bigger than you real quick.
Oh,
real
yeah,
quick. And
real
like,
quick.
like it does stuff without me making it happen now. It decides where we're headed. As long as
Yep.
we're putting our focus and energy on the thing,
It manifests
It manifests
itself.
shit all by itself. And that's a fucking mind blower. right there.
I just keep liking it to a baby, because you have these awesome babies and they're cute and they're fucking shitting on your arms and you love them and you got all this control. You make their room how you want. You dress them how you want. And then they become a toddler and they're like, I want a truck. I want a dinosaur. I want it. You know, and it starts telling you what to do. And that's how the show is. It's like, who the fuck's coming on? Okay, they reached out. Okay, like, and I'm just like legitimate along for the ride, because I'm just watching this. There's nobody that I would have been like, oh, hey, let's get so-and-so on the show. I can't even, like, that, to me in my head, I'm not even thinking about that, because everybody who comes on the show is just like supposed to be there.
Good thing there is somebody thinking about that.
Yeah,
shit.
Aaron. It seems like it happens through magic. I know Aaron's the one conducting it.
Okay, so Mel and Apple are the Tobys. And
Yes.
me and you.
Yeah, man.
Aaron, me and you, we do all the clerical work.
Yes.
That's why we call him the conductor, and he's wrangled in our help a few times.
Well, no, but
Aaron
it's
has
not.
a
It's
way
not a
he
bad
does
thing. That
things.
has to happen. There
Right,
has to be
right?
that person
Yes.
that does that. Like, it can't be a 3-person job.
No.
It's a 1-person job. And as long as you guys are there giving moral support,
Yes.
and
Well, like this morning, I
helping-
made the smoothie. I brought him in a
Boom.
hard-boiled
I got
egg.
the hard-boiled egg.
You know, I
Love
helped
it.
with the lighting a little bit. Like,
I rolled us smokes while he was busy doing things. Or,
Perfect.
Yes, it's a
teamwork.
family. It's a fucking family.
but
Yes.
you know, like, especially with you and all of your endeavors, it's on brand, right? So if you gave somebody else the chore to put your brand up, it just wouldn't be the same.
It's not you.
So my job is to make sure Aaron is least amount stressed. That if has you fucking eaten? Did you drink water today? Did you take your vitamins? No. Are you did you fucking shower?
Yes.
Like, these are the things that are important to me, because when all that's on point, then all he needs to do is focus on this
Just
kind
show
of
up,
stuff.
babe.
We're
Right.
basically corporate lackeys. We're kind of like, are you okay? You okay, Mr. Bezos? Is there anything we can do?
he runs you like interns.
I do.
Yes,
I do.
yes.
Where's
Yeah.
my fucking egg?
And I make sure that that's all I'm ever good for. You're not going to depend on me for more than that.
But she does have a pocket full of eggs for your
Yes,
ass.
she does. Bro, I gotta know, man. Like, you said that you guys were homeless and running around.
Around.
How did that happen? Like, because I was homeless running around too. So I gotta know the impetus.
So when I was like 15ish, there's this local coffee shop, and this kid that I was friends with, we were walking around downtown, and we walked into the breezeway of this coffee shop, and I met these two dudes. These two dudes, their names were Troy and Houston, and they were already into the dead. And I walked up and asked Houston for a cigarette. And I was 15, and he was like, I need to see your ID so you can prove to me that you're not 18 so I can give you this cigarette. And so I showed him an ID, and he gave me the cigarette. And then, like, him and his boy Troy, they kidnapped me and this dude I was with, and they took us to the woods, got us high, and made us listen to the dead. And then I ended up doing acid with them 2 nights later for the first time at 15. And then that just kind of, like, because I had always felt like I didn't belong. I had always felt like I was like school just never made sense to me. I always wanted, and it didn't help that my dad like always told me these, my dad had a vivid imagination and would tell me these crazy stories of him being on the road and running away as a kid and joining the circus and shit like that, which there's no proof for, and he's dead now, so it's like it's not like it'll ever be proven. Right. So it is what it is. Like, so I'll take those and I'll put those in my little brain and just like let that run wild with fantasy. And then after taking LSD for the first time, I was like, I'm really fucking done with school. I'm definitely, you get all spaced out and you're like, I definitely don't need any of this. I don't need your piece of paper to tell me my worth, all that shit. And I was more friends with my teachers than I was kids in the school anyways. I was always just kind of a loner. And I was a depressed little fat kid, straight up.
Me too.
Yeah, dude. I was a sad little fat boy. Sad boys for life.
Yes. Me too.
I know about those.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm fat, sad boying it up. I meet
There's
I meet
Darwin.
Troy and Houston. They get me dosed up. I'm done with that stuff. So then I meet Toby, and Toby and I met one night. The first time I ever did mushrooms, Toby and I met, and then we just kind of like we congealed.
You mind melted.
Yeah. And then we started getting into extracting DMT. I was 16. Allegedly, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I had my mom sign me out of school, and then I went and lived in some other dude's apartment with Toby while we
Can you back up for 1
allegedly.
minute? Mom just was like, okay, here you
fuck
go.
it.
Here's your signature that you need.
I definitely just glossed over that. I definitely made life hell for her
Okay.
until she did that.
Okay, so you made
You
her
were a little
sign.
fuck,
Okay.
just
Well,
like
it was-
I was.
I was like, look, I'm only gonna be trouble for you until you do this. I was
Oh,
like, look, you need
shit.
to understand that like I don't belong there. Like if I were to finish it, I would just be doing it for you, and that's not for me. That's not going to be good for me, because already I had depression. I had there was again fat sad boy, so there were like suicidal tendencies and things
Yeah.
like that. So I'm a huge advocate for people getting help if they need help.
Fuck yeah.
Because like I've had counselors and psychedelics have helped me. Marijuana actually replaced all of the medications I used to take.
Yes.
Wow.
And just through like dosing, microdosing is amazing. Allegedly. But it's great. It's helped me a lot. It's definitely evened me out.
But
I was a
Davey,
moody
that
little
was
bitch.
always like, can you remember as far back as you can remember? As far as
the
like the
depression
depression
and
and stuff
stuff.
like that?
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah. I usually like when I was younger, like some of the first thoughts were like, "Is today the day? Is today the day you're gonna do it?" And then there were definitely some attempts. But as far as that goes, like that was again, guys, if you need help, get help. That
help.
stuff is
Yeah, no
no
shit.
Help.
joking matter. There are people out there who give a fuck. There are people out there who will listen. There are people out there who completely understand what you're going through.
Fuck, hit us up.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's actually a great service for deadheads who are feeling depression, the Savior
What?
Faith.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you guys
Yeah.
seen
Oh, that's
them?
right,
They're-
Savior. Yeah, we
they- damn.
yeah. Okay, yes.
They do great work.
Yeah.
So help is out there, guys. But yeah, sad boy, and then
DMT.
main mom signed me out.
Yeah, sorry,
of
you were
school.
steamrolling through it, and some of the times I want to get into it, but yeah, go for it.
We were at DMT.
DMT.
Yeah, so I'm we're in some stranger to me's apartment. We basically just moved into this dude's apartment, took it over while he was out of town, and then we're extracting DMT, allegedly, and like dosing people up, which then added in this other aspect of like fucking shamanism, where you like Toby and I both got fucking bigger than our britches and pious as hell, thinking that we're just peddling consciousness to people. So we got on that kind of like, always wearing linen and fucking like just walking in like we're psychedelic Jesus or whatever.
Did we have
But
him on the
like-
show?
It's like we had Cactus Jesus
Okay,
on the
sorry.
show.
Cactus Jesus,
Yeah,
love
different
that.
than some.
But we, that was one of those things. That was a very important time in my life too, just because of like what I don't know. Have you guys ever had an experience on DMT?
Just the other day
Allegedly.
we did.
Yeah, just
yes.
like
Okay.
5 days
While we were
ago.
going through COVID.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, like to me that has been, because to me that's life and death. It's everything. It's
Absolutely.
everything all at once. It is that great veil being lifted. You can see reality for what it is. There's so many things happening around us that we don't even comprehend, because like either from the cones on our eyeballs to just like just fucking shit that our brain shuts off. Because honestly, I think that we could see air if our brain didn't shut off.
Yes, yes.
Those
Davey,
aspects
I've
of
seen,
it.
Me
I've
too.
seen air
The little fucking
on acid.
yes.
So-
Whatever you're saying, go.
Well, like, and you guys have seen the pattern.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
everything
Oh, yeah.
is within this pattern. Everything is as it should be all the time. Like, and that's just the way it is. So usually, if you can remember that, your butthole should loosen up a little bit, and you should chill. Yeah. But sometimes that's hard. That's hard for people to remember.
Unclench.
Sometimes
That's the name of the episode,
Dude,
Unclenching
that's hard
with Davey.
to release your butthole to whatever's coming. That is a hard thing to do a lot of times. We're used to be like sucking everything up,
Yeah.
Like think about it. When you're crying, stop crying. If you're too fucking loud, be quiet. Like everything that's kind of like an expletive emotion, you want to bring it in. And that stays with you, that fucking tight tension. And if you fucking just relax that butthole, the lot can happen.
Yeah.
Good
That's
stuff.
probably one of my favorite, because like for a while there I was making like funny inspirational posters, you know, and my favorite one was loosen your butthole, everything's gonna be okay, bitch. And I dig that one.
Okay.
So yeah.
keep going.
Okay.
I'm loving this because
Yeah, this is great.
there's so much like
Oh yeah, we'll go back
so
to
much
it.
overlapping here.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Look, he drinks out of a gallon.
Hydro gang, y'all.
Yeah, you're
You
on
know.
it with a gallon.
You know, I didn't bring my water in here. I started to
Blew it.
Yeah, I did blow
Drink
it.
about 2 gallons a day.
Good
Jesus
job.
Christ, dude.
Good job.
Yeah, you gotta get on it. You gotta drink that water because it keeps everything moving.
Mm-hmm.
Water
I
is
say?
the elixir of life.
What did I say?
Listen to me. Don't listen to her. Listen to me.
Davvy, that's twice today I've heard it. All right, just shut up.
Okay.
Before we started the episode, I'm like, "Did you get your water in?" He's like, "Nope."
Okay. So making DMT. So then we decide that we're done ruining this dude's apartment. And we decide that we're going to load up Toby's truck and we're going to like start traveling around and, you know, because we have a bunch. We made a bunch. Well, extracted. I don't like it when people say made because you don't make it. It's
Right.
in everything. And that's one thing, guys. Have you guys ever hit the like the little snake eating its own tail kind of loop
The
of like
Ouroboros?
when you smoke DMT, you know that it releases yours.
Yeah.
So
It's
what
like
are you
giving
smoking?
nothing. You're giving yourself permission to feel a certain way. Like this,
Okay, so
it's placebo
that's-
effect.
Okay, so literally you think it's a placebo effect.
I do.
That's okay. I like that. I like that
I
idea.
really, but let's caveat that.
Okay.
I think that maybe, just maybe, if you're able to turn that on and off, that just might be enlightenment.
Would you want to though?
No, Apple and I had the same kind of experience the last time through. Was that when I did it in the past, pre-COVID, that place seemed far away. It seemed like there was distance between now and that.
Okay.
And the last couple of times that I've done it, man, the distance between that frequency and this one has gotten closer. That world is closer to this one, and it feels like there's, I don't want to say danger because that's the wrong word, but potential for that thing to slip in here. Like,
Yeah.
or the other way. Like, I think that because of all the, this is my opinion for what it's worth. I think because of all the fear and trauma the human collective consciousness has gone through in the past 14 months, that there is a reaction by that thing of drawing nearer. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think that thing is
love
closer
that.
to us than it was before. So yes.
Plus, the more you do it, the easier it is to step in
over.
there. That veil is getting thinner and thinner. It's so much easier to, instead of like in the beginning with DMT where you're like, okay, am I breathing? System check. Fuck, what's going on?
Did I die?
Now it's just like, oh, I got my ticket. I'm in the show. Bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam.
Are they going to do St. Stephen?
Like the first times that the first times I remember doing it, all I could do was laugh hysterically. There was nothing in me that was like thinking about shit except like I said it was almost like an orgasm that you couldn't help. Like the laughter kept coming and coming, and I sound like a fucking mad woman, like a witch, crazy.
For real.
Yeah, you're a psycho.
And I'm a fucking psycho, exactly. And then this time, the first time I got a little scared because I started to see all this shit as it really is, like these clips in life, like the life of wood,
A closet
the
door.
life of like, okay, so in our room we have these two horse heads. We've got this huge Alex Gray painting. We've got a skull. We've got antlers. We've got a raccoon skin, and then we've got these wooden doors. And so it's almost like in a laboratory when like scientists, they kind of like slice things and they put it in between, and then they kind of look at it under a microscope. Like, it seemed like there was all these like snippets of life that we captured in our room, and it was us too. We were going to be like that too, and it's all within the same time. Like, it's the same timeline. It's just this is right now, and maybe this is I don't know, it's not linear, but at the same time, it just wasn't our turn yet. And it kind of freaked me out. And then when I went back, I was like, oh, you can do anything. And I don't know how that made any relevance to what I had just experienced, but it was like the laughter was gone, didn't have any laughter this time. It was more of, oh, okay, like just a dawning of realization, where the first time the fucking laughter, that was my realization. It was like, oh my God,
We're so stupid.
we're dead, we're alive, it doesn't matter, we're like, nothing matters. And I was like holding my breath, and I was like, you don't even have to keep breathing anymore, because it doesn't matter. Like, this is all in my head during my laughter fit. And so like the trips changed, and so like you were saying, so it releases yours, but it also depends on who you're in, how you get it too, because so if you give me something versus Aaron gives me something versus Apple gives me something,
There's different energy attached to it.
exactly. So even though it's the same entity, it's different in relation to how you're receiving it.
Davvy, do you think that the intention of the extractor is placed upon the thing?
Yes, absolutely, completely. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You look like a madman just now.
I'm a fucking psychopath. Just I'm insane. And I love to be around other insane people.
Right.
We attract each other.
Yes, we do.
So no, I think we used to sing to our jars. We used to meditate over them. We used to pray to them. Like it is completely 100% on the person who extracts it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so what that feels like is on the person. So like if that person had some dirty thoughts, if that person had some dirty intentions, that's just going to be dirty. Like, you're not going to have a good time. I still think that you go to the same place because, again, it just lifts the veil.
Yeah.
It doesn't, because like every time that someone explains it, it's only different because of how they choose to describe it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause it's all the same place. It's all the same thing. Like anybody who has been there, we've been there. It's the same spot. It's
Right.
the fucking Crystal Kingdom. It is what it is. It's that place. And you can walk people through it. And that was one thing that Toby and I, like, we prided ourselves on, like when we were doing it, is if someone hadn't done it before, we would do it with them their first time and walk them through the experience.
Dang.
Because if you have the wherewithal to not be distracted by everything that's going on, you can break it down for people. You can be like, look, listen, can you tell that the music slowed the fuck down? Can you tell that time has stopped?
Oh, so you're going together.
Huh?
You're going together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a shared experience.
I
You
got
go to
you.
the same place. So like you can definitely walk people through it. And that was one thing that we wanted to, like, that was part of the reason that why we set out was to like take this to other people, because because again, I was a fucking child, 16.
Right.
Like,
But that's even
I'm
more
20.
pure, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you haven't been shitted on.
Exactly. You're young and excited and like out there wanting to do it, not like 30, like, haha, let's see if I can fuck these people over.
Right. Yeah. But it was now just a child walking up to somebody and being like, you want the craziest
Crazy
thing you'll
juice?
ever see? Are you ready to experience death and rebirth immediately?
Trust me, I just dropped out of school. I'm 100% into this, man. Have some.
So right now, I'm gonna dose you up. Toby's gonna drink your whiskey, and we're gonna play you some folk songs. How about that?
That sounds great.
When you guys
And that's-
coming, I'm ready.
And that's kind of what we did for a while. So we went up and down the East Coast. Like we hit like South Carolina, North Carolina, just kind of like went up and down. And we got rid of what we had. And Toby's girlfriend at the time wanted to come back to Chattanooga, so we came back for a little bit. And then I ended up going up to Washington D.C. for a winter to help a buddy of mine's uncle take care of his kids. He was recently widowed, so I went up there to help him adjust and take care of his 3 boys, and that was great. I did get arrested by the Secret Service though. That was weird.
Okay, let's hear about that. You can't just keep going. You have to stop.
So I'm 17 and I'm up in Washington D.C. and so the guy I'm staying with thinks I'm 18. which is like, I mean, I'm not far off from 18.
Close enough,
So
whatever.
It's and always, I'm 6'5". I was always a big dude. So it was one of those things where it's like, it wasn't hard for people to believe that I was a couple years older than I was.
Right.
Yeah.
So we get up there, and in Washington, D.C., I don't know if you guys know, there's not a huge hippie. There's not a bunch of hippies up there. There's not a huge hippie community up there. What you do have are the punk kids. That's their counterculture up there. Because like, what do you have in the seat of democracy? Fucking anarchy.
Right.
Yes.
Like, so that's what's up there. So that's who I could get weed from. That's who I could hang around with. And so that's what I was doing. And one night, these punk kids I was hanging out with were like, "Hey, you want to go check out an abandoned embassy?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I mean, yeah, why wouldn't I? For sure. Because like when I was younger, my dad would take me and my brother ghost hunting, like to like abandoned houses and buildings and stuff. Looking back, I'm pretty sure my dad was just looking for shit to take.
Your dad's rad.
Telling us kids that we were ghost hunting.
You go check that room. You let me know if you find it.
Yeah, and like all the while he's like trying to like wrangle a fucking like bed or something out of there. Like,
Oh shit.
Oh my, that sounds fun.
Wow.
It does. I'm sad I never thought of it.
it was cool. Like imagination was great in our household.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm like, absolutely, let's go check out this abandoned embassy. I'm trying to see some ghosts. And we get there, and there are no ghosts. It is nasty. It is gross. It has become like this squatter's den.
Ugh.
And this is also, I think this is like 2009, maybe, and Washington, D.C. got this thing called the snowpocalypse, where they got like 40-something inches of snow on the ground. And there's only footsteps going into this house.
Oh,
in the snow. So you can tell that a bunch of fucking people have just gone into this house. And like, you know, we're walking around this disgusting fucking heroin den, and like I just kind of like peek out one of the windows, and there's a giant white Suburban pulls up. I'm like, okay, we should probably go downstairs. And then two of the dudes, I think there were like 5 people or something like that. 2 of the dudes were like, no, we're gonna go hide. And I was like, you're gonna hide. Okay. Good luck. Good luck with that. And because like from being in the South, I've never been afraid of cops. I don't necessarily, don't fucking trust the cops, but like I've never been afraid of them in the sense of like, I've always known, like, again, my dad always told me they're just fucking people. He's like, you talk to them and treat them like people, they're people. So I'm like, I'm going to go and meet them because I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just hanging out. Like at most they'll just tell me to leave. Right. Wrong. As soon as I get downstairs, I am met with a gun to my face. People are screaming at me to get on the ground, and I don't really want to get on the ground because it's a nasty ass fucking house that has been abandoned. And like I've got my pack on me, which like I had like my busking gear in, because again, this whole time I'm homeless, I'm not begging for money. I play music. I play music for money. I never begged anybody for money. I always tried to earn my keep.
Right.
So I would go play outside the metro every day. So I had my tip bucket in my backpack. And so like the cops like have me on the ground, they rip my backpack off of me. They're going through it, and they pull out my bucket, and they're like, "What the fuck is this for?" And I'm like, "It says tips on it, bro." Like, I'm a musician.
Duh.
And like they're just like, "Where are the drugs at? We know there's drugs. I know you've got dreadlocks, fucking hippie. Where are the drugs at?" And I'm just like, bro, I threw them. Of course, I threw them. Like, I mean, I'm not going to tell you that I did that. I said I don't have any. But of course, as soon as I saw the cops, it's like, well, I don't need this pipe or this weed. Just throw it. I'm ready to get out of here. So they've got us handcuffed, and they're taking us out to the paddy wagons. And again, it's snow outside, and I didn't bring boots, so I'm in canvas Vans. Slip-on Vans. Yeah, right? I mean, I'm a smart guy.
Yeah,
what can I say?
hey, I get it.
I'm highly intelligent. I am the crux of human development. So they've got us out in the snow, and they're searching us. So, of course, I have to take my shoes off in the snow, and they're soaking wet, and so are my socks. And then they're like, okay, you can put your shoes back on, which wasn't happening. And I also carried around, you know how hippies carry crystals?
Yeah, man.
What do you mean?
So
I've heard tell.
I had a handkerchief full of my little, like, my crystals, and I would keep it in my back pocket. And I will never forget the look that these cops gave me when they pulled a bag of rocks out of my back pocket. And they were just like holding them open, and they were like, what the hell is this? And I was like, those are my rocks. Those are my crystals. I was like, please do not drop them. I would hate to have to make you pick them up out of the snow. And so they took those, of course.
Yeah, they did.
Because like yeah, of course they did, because they don't know if they're drugs or not. They're crystals. They could be drugs.
That clear one could be meth.
Yeah. Put it in his teeth, try to break it. Well, yep, this one's meth. So they take me to a detention, like a youth detention facility. Because again, at that point, I'm 10 days away from being 18.
Thank God.
They could have let me go, but they were like, "You're gonna wait that 10 days out."
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuckers.
Based
So
on what?
Nothing.
Because we were trespassing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they took us for trespassing. And even though the guy who technically owned the place didn't want to press charges, they still kept me because why? I was a minor. I had to have somebody come get me.
Oh, shit. So
and
you got
who
to
didn't know I was a minor? The guy I was staying with. Oh. Yes. So in a one fell swoop, I just wanted to see some ghosts, but I got myself kicked out of Washington, D.C. So they put me in the youth detention facility downtown, but they wouldn't let me go into Gen Pop with the other people in there because I was white. And that was a little jarring. That was the first time I had been in anything like that. They were like, since you're a white boy, they will fuck you up if you go into Gen Pop. So we're just gonna keep you in this room. And I was like, oh wow, shit.
How about just letting me go?
Yeah, that would have been cool too. You know, just like let me go on my own recognizance.
Right.
But what was cool though, luckily there was a really nice lady there that was a social worker that let me call my mom. And my mom went through, because of course they took my cell phone and went to a different precinct. So all of my shit went to the actual precinct from those cops on the other side of town. And I went to the youth detention facility.
Right.
So I didn't have my phone, so they let me call my mom, and my mom
Did they strip search you?
Say
Of
what?
course they did.
Did they
Yeah,
strip?
of course.
Okay.
That's what happens when you go to jail.
Yeah, they look up your butthole, man. And it's puckered.
Yeah, they cough, bend over and cough.
So you call your mom.
Sorry.
I call my mom, and she goes through my phone records until I find my guy that I'm staying with's number. And I call him, and I have to tell him that, like, hey, you have to come get me from the juvenile detention facility. And he's like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, I'm 17. And he's like, buddy, why'd you lie? He's like, you can't be here anymore because of that. And I'm like, I know. I'm sorry. So he comes and gets me. He's still like, I love this dude till the day I die, because even though he was upset with me and I had broken his trust, he still took me out for dinner on my 18th birthday.
Aw.
So like that, I was like, okay, I love you. Yeah, you love me. So I appreciate it.
Right on.
And then got on a Greyhound bus, came back here, and was in a relationship for a while. And that got really serious. But then she left me for a 59-year-old.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a thing.
17 to 59.
Yeah, well, she was 18,
Okay.
and
well,
she had just gone off to college, and she got. I mean, and this dude was a self-proclaimed gypsy, which is, great call. That's a green flag if I've ever heard one. That is a
Go for it.
Yeah, and so she went for it, and when she let me know that, I had a complete mental breakdown because, again, sad boy. And then so like I packed up my van that we had bought together. We were going to go on a road trip together. Like I was going to go pick her up from school. We were going to go on a road trip, and then that never happened. So I loaded up the van and I drove it until it broke down, which wasn't very far.
Yeah, that's what you do, though. That was across the
2
street.
blocks later.
Boom, done.
It was about 25 minutes down the road, and the engine just explodes. And so this is like, I am like, this is the worst fucking day of my life. So that was a dark moment, but I had a really good friend. My best friend from high school, Jacob, came and picked me up. He was living in a very small town called Jamestown, which is like the size of my big toe. It is a tiny little rural town in Tennessee. And so I got to go chill with him on a piece of land for a week or so. And a friend of mine I had been in contact with on Facebook was like, hey, I know you're down on your luck. I know you're pretty sad right now. Why don't you come out to Cali and work on my boyfriend's farm? And I was like, sold. Absolutely.
I'll
Yep.
be there in 5 minutes.
Yep. So no, it was a 4-day Greyhound bus ride.
Ooh, those are fun.
Greyhounds.
I've done those.
It was rough, and like to be depressed and sad and going through like this mental entanglement and like because again, like we go through so many mental deaths as people. We the old versions of ourselves die all the time.
Yeah,
and
they
like
fucking
to be
do.
going through that kind of catharsis while on a fucking Greyhound.
You're seeing the fucking scuzz of the planet.
Yeah, there's
Like,
nothing more encouraging than bus stops
Yeah.
across the country.
That'll cheer you right up. Ugh. Yeah, man. I can just think of like a couple of times. One time in particular.
Let's hear it. I don't want shushes.
So I had gone to rehab.
Yeah.
Forcefully.
Mel.
No.
I was shooting dope, and Mel.
With our fucking little kid around. What are you doing, dude?
I was an asshole. Anyway, she has an intervention. I go to this rehab.
No, he had an intervention. Not me. He did. I got one for Aaron.
I get back. I get back from rehab, and I'm still fucked up. And
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
And I'm like, I met this dude in rehab, and he lived in Palm Springs. We lived in Vegas at the time. And he was like, just come to Palm Springs, get your head right, man. Like, just relax for a little while and get out of there. And sounded great and whatever. So I go, and she's like, if you leave, you're not fucking coming back. And I was like, nah. So I split. I go Greyhound bus.
Yep.
I'm on the bus. And I don't know if you've ever had this experience in life, but have you ever been in the act of doing something stupid and the universe is telling you that you're an idiot as you're doing the thing?
Oh, yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And
Plenty.
But you're still moving forward like, no problem. I'm going for
I'm
it.
different.
I'm
I'm gonna
fucking
make
making a
it.
mistake. Look at me go.
Yep.
And so I get down there. I'm there. And this guy is a fucking wingnut. Like, snorting oxys and fucking just a total nightmare.
And where did you meet this guy again?
Yeah.
Rehab.
Oh, rehab. Okay, yeah.
it's totally
That's where that
trustworthy.
great friendship.
Where beautiful relationships are formed.
Isn't it? It's called party school, isn't it?
Anyway.
What is that? I don't.
So I'm there for like 2 weeks. I finally call Mel and I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm
sorry.
I'm a total turd.
In
Like,
between the times that I was hung up and was letting him call me back, like, fuck you, I'm not talking to you, click. Fuck you, I'm not click.
but I was persistent.
Yes,
And
it was.
so finally she's like, look, I'll send you a bus ticket.
Because he was like, send me money. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Send me fucking money. Nice try.
I'll send you a bus ticket. So I'm on the Greyhound bus coming back from Palm Springs to Vegas, just this completely destroyed human being. Like, I have ruined the one good thing I ever had. Like, I've just completely shit all over it. And
by it, he means me.
yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, I love you, babe.
Just, I'm just making the story clear for everybody out there.
Thanks, Mel. And I get back, and she meets me at the bus stop. And like,
sitting down like a scuzz bucket amongst all the fucking
Well,
riffraff,
yeah, one of the
dirty,
riffraff, yeah.
Shame,
Nasty
shame,
motherfucker.
Ding ding. Shame.
I
ding.
stroll up with my jumping music, slick DJs, fuck.
So Davvy, yes. I have been on that exact same bus ride in my own way. Yeah.
And
Brutal.
it's the worst. And like, you don't, because again, you always think that you are so much better than everybody on that bus, but you are
Why is that so funny?
Right there with them.
you are, and there's no fucking way, because if you were better, where would you be? Not on the fucking bus. Jesus.
Wow.
So after the coolest thing though, I did get to stop in Abilene. So that was like a Grateful Dead voyage. So I got to be in Abilene. I could arm a town the size of Abilene.
Yes, you could.
And it is very tiny. It is a very tiny, shitty little town. But then I get to Ukiah, and
that's a cool place, by the way.
I really liked it. I only saw the bus stop though. So I get to Ukiah, and then like I'm supposed to be catching a shuttle bus to Lower Lake, which was where the farm was. Okay. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Lake County or anything like that. I don't want to give away too much, but I get on this. I take this little shuttle there, and it's like 9 o'clock at night, and I can't get a hold of my friends who are on the farm. So like now, and Lower Lake is just one road. It is like one. It's called. I think it's a main street. It is just one main street where it's like got a pizza place, a pawn shop, and a post office, and that's the main strip. That's downtown.
Awesome.
And so I've just got like a giant external frame backpack, my guitar, and that's it. That's my whole life. And like so, from when my ex broke up with me, I had broken my phone. So like the screen doesn't really work. I'm like dialing numbers like based on feel.
Right.
And,
location.
Yeah. and so like I can't get a hold of them, and it's 9 or 10 at night. It's pitch black outside. There's no way I'm getting to this farm. So I'm like, okay. We are starting this homeless journey off right. We're just gonna sleep on this bench in front of the fucking post office. Solid. So I'm sitting on this bench, and out of nowhere, so like this woman will always be an angel to me. Like I'm just sitting on this park bench, and this woman, like for some reason, needs to drop off some mail at 11 o'clock at night. But she like rolls up to the post office and drops some mail, and she's like, "Hey, are you okay?" Because like so one thing, I have been called a dirty hippie many times in my life, but I've never been a dirty hippie. Like I've always tried to keep myself presentable, like at least like and like well enough together, because like if people are like passing you while you're playing music on the street, they're definitely more apt to give you money if you're like a little bit clean.
Yeah. It's called Together More or Less in Line. Yeah, I got you.
So she's just like, "Hey, are you okay?" I was like, "Hey, I'm low on cash, but I think I have enough for like a hotel. Could you drop me at like the nearest hotel or whatever?" She's like, "They're going to be booked up. It's going to be too expensive." She's like, "You can just come stay at my house for the night, and I can bring you back down here in the morning." And I was like, "You have no idea. That would be amazing if I could like fucking take a shower." Like,
right?
Because again, 4 days on a Greyhound, I'm frazzled. And she was like, "The only thing I want you to do," she's like, "just sing me a song."
What?
Wow. Done.
Yeah. So we get to her house, and like
Wait,
it wasn't creepy. I sang Jack Straw.
Perfect.
Sang Jack Straw for her. And then I took a shower. I passed out hard as fuck. I think I slept like 14 hours in this stranger's house.
Fuck yeah, you did.
And it was amazing. And so I wake up, and she's like, "Hey, I didn't realize I figured you'd sleep a little bit longer than that," like fucking with me. And she's like, "I made you a burrito."
Hell yeah.
Fuck yes. So I eat this burrito, and like she drops me off at the little coffee shop on the main strip, and like I will never forget her. I will always be in debt to her for that, because like that kind of kindness was just it was unknown to me, especially in that moment, because I had just been fucked over so hard, and for someone to have no fucking clue, because again, could have been a murderer.
Yeah,
could have been a fucking murderer, because I had a fucking hatchet hanging off the back of my thing. That's my camping axe.
That's your murdering hatchet.
But see,
yeah, and like the severed head didn't even raise an eyebrow.
But during those times where you're complete shit, it seems like those kinds of kind acts come out of nowhere. Like you're at the lowest you can possibly go, and just somebody being like, "Hey, just fucking come to my house, go to bed, like no big deal." Like it seems like that is the only appropriate thing at those times. Like those are the things that just come up.
Or the world shits on you harder.
Harder?
That happens.
Well,
that does happen.
Yep.
It goes both ways.
But
it does go both ways.
But it didn't this time.
It didn't this time, and I was very thankful for that. So then I'm sitting at this coffee shop down on the main strip, playing some guitar. People are tipping me a little bit, because again, like because like I've been in love with the Dead ever since my first acid trip. So like on my first come down, my friend Houston that I talked about, he
Yeah.
played the album version of Friend of the Devil, and like the Phil's bass line from the intro of that song will be burned into my brain for forever. And like so the Dead has been my gospel ever since. It's my church. It's pretty much religion to me, like, because it completely disregards religion, and I love it.
Dude,
it is. Yeah,
I'll tell you what, man, like I haven't found anything in almost 50 years on the planet that even comes close to that. Like that feeling, the way that it changes with you, as you know how we were talking about like those old versions of yourself dying off. That's been the one constant.
Yep.
Is that. And that I totally get where you're coming from, man.
because it gets you through those times, because the Grateful Dead's music is only about being content with not knowing what the fuck is going on.
Yes.
Like, because the biggest lesson in life is acceptance. Is being able to accept everything. Like, and that is the Dead's music. The Dead's music is acceptance. It is like, I'm going to throw all of these different little microcosms of reality at you, and like, you just have to fucking deal with it, homie. Because like, all we're ever doing is coping with being thrust into reality. Nobody knows what the fuck we're doing. Nobody knows what's going on. You don't know the real nature of reality. And even though we've done a ton of psychedelics, we may think that gives us a leg up. But again, in reality, those could all just be drugs, and we were fucked up. You know what I mean? Like,
now you have brain damage. Good job.
Yeah.
Well played, sir.
Dude, I my thing lately
Wow.
has been like,
We need to just pause
wait,
on that for a minute,
hang,
though, because
hang on. Mom
dope.
and dad aren't coming home, man.
Yeah.
Nobody's fucking, your parents aren't going to show up. Nobody's coming to fix the fucking thing. This is it, homie. This is it. You got this, and you better fucking hang on, because shit gets weird, and that's it. So, yeah, you said a mouthful.
You really did, Davvy. All we're ever doing is just coping with what's we put in front of us. Like, that's the fucking truth of the matter. You cope, you let that shit fucking go, and you keep moving on. That's the end of it. There's not, like, life doesn't have to be that simple. Oh, you got shit on? Wipe it off. Keep going.
Acceptance.
Oh, accept it. You got shit on?
I like
fine.
the acceptance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
like,
one of my favorite moments in life, and I think we've all had these moments, is when probably like 20 years ago or so, when my parents both actually admitted to, they're like, we don't know shit. You don't get smarter as you get older. We're still figuring it out. You never have the answers. And when you find one, the whole world it changes. You're like, oh, I figured this out. Maybe you figured it out, and then it changes.
No, you don't know
and
shit.
that helps with acceptance. Like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I don't have to have the answers. I don't have the answers. I don't know. Let's walk blindly into this with acceptance of everything.
I think what psychedelics have done, as far as like maybe having a leg up, is making me more comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because again, it's that, like, I mean, the word of the day is acceptance.
Yeah.
The word of every day is acceptance.
Yes.
Because like, we all have trials and tribulations. We all have shit thrown at us all the time, and it's the only thing that we can ever control is how we react to things. Like, everything else is outside of our control. Like, like the grant me the serenity prayer. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Like, that's like, it doesn't matter if you're in recovery or not. Like, that's a mantra.
That's
Like,
dope.
yes.
Yeah.
Like,
It is
because
a
that's
mantra.
just truth.
How old are you, man?
I'm 29.
Jesus Christ.
Dang. Okay, come on.
I
Keep going.
I just wish I had my shit together at 29.
He says that, but he really did. We were married at that point. He'd given up all that bullshit. We were kind of, well, actually, maybe that was right around the time
Yeah,
where
well, I was still fucking blowing
you're-
it. Yeah.
yeah.
That's really, I was
You
in the
okay,
midst of blowing
think about
it.
it like this. When we look back over our lives, we're thinking like this general landscape, but there was always these pockets of time where we did have our shit enough together to get us to the next thing. And that's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, we're fucking up. We just imploded our relationship, but we got it back together enough to give a sincere apology so that we can like go
Move
forward.
on.
Yeah.
Well, and
what I'm
that's
talking
super important. Because I mean, like even throughout all that, I developed like some form like a form of ego addiction. Like especially through giving people psychedelics, and then like, you know, like always feeling like, because I'm also, you know, I'm a musician and I'm an actor, so like those are the things that were pushed on me, you know, like that was my calling. It's like that's how I can help people, is like through music and through roles I play and things like that. But you know, after a certain point, that wasn't, you know, getting that kind of thing going wasn't working too well, because when you're younger, you just don't have the work ethic to make things like that work. You just don't have the drive. Usually people that make it when they're younger have a whole team of people doing everything for them. Not to say that there aren't some people that are born with that drive or whatever, but mine got diluted and turned into this like sexual ego addiction. And I had like, I fucked a lot of things up. I almost fucked my marriage up. Like I had to go into recovery for it. And
You too?
Are you currently married?
I am, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
I've
Okay.
been married for 5 years now.
Right on.
Right on, man.
And that could have been a lot shorter if she wasn't willing to forgive me for my transgressions, and I wasn't going to go get help, because I know that if I didn't go get help and I didn't enter recovery, then I wouldn't have gotten better, because of the person that I am and the nature of what I'm here on the planet to do. I had to go into recovery, because it was one of those things where it's like, if I wasn't going to get that right, because I had to get right with myself, because that's my soul. That's my soul that is like tainting other people, and that's not what I'm here for. Like that is completely on the opposite end of the spectrum of what I started my journey to do. And like I just got lost along the way because people weren't telling me no. And
because you have charisma.
Well, dude, I'm a cult leader. Like that's just what it is. It's
I know the feeling. I do.
Yeah,
I'm not being silly.
We attract each other.
Right. I'm not being silly. I'm being serious, dude. Like that's a real thing, and like people not telling you no is very fucking dangerous. That is like super fun, and especially when you've had your mind blown at 16, and you know the plasticity of reality, and that you can manifest shit. It's like that's a dangerous soup right there.
And so I was just taking advantage of people. I wasn't helping people. I was helping myself.
Yeah.
And so I can't. And now that's all completely out of my hands with the YouTube channel and everything. I only live for other people. You know what I mean? Like right now, so like with the channel and everything else, that's for everybody else. Like, yeah, they give me good comments, but I don't let it stroke my ego anymore. I don't know if you guys ever listen to Gary V or have ever heard of Gary Vaynerchuk.
No.
So he's just like, he's an in-your-face kind of positive guy. Just like,
yes, I do know him. Yeah.
His thing is don't listen to anybody. He's like, don't listen to the praise and don't listen to the bullshit. He's like, don't listen to any of it.
Don't let
He's
any
like,
of it
you gotta.
affect you.
It's about you keeping your head straight. He's like, don't let any of that shit in, because your ego will take it and run wild. Like regardless of it. So like while I do respond to the good comments, I say thank you, I say all of that stuff, but like I do not let it go farther than that, because I'm not gonna let myself get a big head, because again, I'm just a fucking dude who makes stupid guitar lessons and like I'm just trying to make people laugh and, you know, diffuse like the awkwardness or like the mundane nature of like trying to learn a Grateful Dead song, because like a lot of the guitar teachers online and stuff that teach Grateful Dead stuff, they're boring and they make it too complicated. That's it, because these songs can be pared down. So I make the dumbed down versions for people who are just like, I need to learn this. It's like, I've got a gig tonight. I need to learn this. I need a little laugh.
Kudos, dude. That's really awesome to do, because anytime when you're trying to learn something brand new, I don't care what it is, there's always that little bit of a fear you're going to fuck up. It's embarrassing. You don't want to like really show your process, but to be able to make something that can be highly fucking complicated, no, it's just this. No big deal. Do it.
That's what I love about what he does.
Yeah. It like encourages it, makes you part of something that maybe you were afraid to like admit to, like the learning group. Like, I want to learn this, but I'm scared. But it's not that big of a deal. So that's really fucking rad that you're breaking it down that way, and you're making it approachable and fun.
I found out about you. You hit me up on Instagram a while back, and I was like, let me check this cat out. I went down a fucking rabbit hole, dude. I was like, holy shit, this is the best thing ever. And I ended up watching like way too many hours. Way too. And I play guitar too. So I'm like, okay, let me sit down and see if he could teach me a song. And dude, the easiest time I've ever had learning a Grateful Dead song was from your lessons. For real. I'm not just fucking telling you that. Like, I'm not like a great player. I can play at a campfire. You know what I mean? But like, having somebody just take all the bullshit out and give me, here's the chords, here's where you put your fucking hand, dummy. Now do this. I'm like, oh, I get it. Yeah. Totally get it.
Well, and I want to take all the gatekeeping out of it, because how I love the Grateful Dead community with all my heart. They have been like, I've been in the Grateful Dead community for years, but like right now, like my YouTube star is rising or whatever, and people are starting to know the channel more and know me more. But there's a ton of gatekeeping in the Grateful Dead community.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I want you to explain it. I know what you mean too, but I want you to explain it.
Well, these old fucking heads, man, that are just like, no, that's not how it's done. That's not how they did it this day on this year, like back in the day, and it's not like you get people that are like, even with like some of the videos I've done on like tone, like getting a Jerry tone with a small budget. Like I've had people be like, no, this is not how you get a Jerry tone. You have to do it this way or that way. And you have people that are like, the people that these are the kind of people that, look down on the touch heads when people were getting into the Dead when Touch of Grey came out, and see exactly. And now people that were touch heads
are the old heads.
Are the old heads fucking with people who are getting into it because of Dead and Company.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't fucking stop.
The music
It's
never stops.
going to, because this music is eternal. This music is going to keep going if I have anything to say about it. That's why I make these lessons approachable. That's why I'm not teaching people this solo that Jerry did in 1982. I'm not teaching people exactly what kind of like the chord shapes that they're using. It's like, no, I want people to play the music. I don't give a fuck if one chord is wrong every now and again. I don't give a fuck. They change chords all the time. They never played the song the same way twice.
Right?
Well, there's a reason that there is a tribute band, at least one, in every single state for the Grateful Dead, if not many. And
There's
they
so
all
many.
play it differently, and that's what's rad. The Dead played it differently every time.
I want to go back to what you're talking about, though, man. I have a really vivid, like visceral, like imprint, psychedelic imprint memory. I was at a show at Cal Expo. I was on tour. I got miracled into the show. Yes. I was the only one of my friends that got in. And at this time, I wasn't smoking weed. I wasn't taking psychedelics. I was just sober going to shows. And dude next to me is like, hey, man, you want to smoke some Illinois North Slope neopollinated trip weed? And I'm like, sure. I'm at the show, first song, first set, whatever, let's do it. So I take a hit of this dude's weed, and then he's like, hey, you want a sip of my Gatorade? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. So I take a sip of the dude's Gatorade, and he's like, see you later. And I was like,
fucking asshole.
Oh, you motherfucker. And
You want to smoke a Jeffrey?
yeah.
Yeah.
So needless to say, by the just about before the end of the first set, I'm fucking melting. Like complete panic attack, nightmare trip, right?
Yeah.
So I can't find the exit to the venue. And I just go sit on the ground where all like the inside vending is. So I'm just like sitting on the ground, my face is dripping. I'm in a puddle, and there's these older heads, and they're standing behind me, and they're like, look at these younger heads leaving their fucking bottle caps all over the place. There's no fucking place for you here. Why don't you just get up and walk out? What's wrong? Like totally fucking with me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, my soul is screaming at this point. Like, I can't move. I'm so high. I'm like completely fucking losing my shit. And end up going, hang on a second.
You good?
Technical difficulties. Please stand by. The conductor is working on it.
Hello? Hello?
There we go.
Hello?
You're back.
Wow, that's really low. Anyway, I go out to the camping lot, and we had snuck in. And they're like, where's your wristband? And I have one. And I'm like crying. I just want my dog in my van. They're like, fucking go. Just go ahead. But that night, like, that was 30 years ago. I remember that shit like it happened yesterday.
Yeah.
And there's no fucking place for that, man. God damn it. If that's the way it was, I would have never got turned on. And that fucking asshole that was talking that shit would have never got turned on.
But that is the way it was. And you did get turned on because those people, they weed themselves out, whether they die, whether they have realizations when they're older and become softer, whatever it is, that mentality, it does, it like gets transferred. It transmuted.
Get to a point of
it gets
acceptance,
transmuted.
too.
Exactly.
This is going to drive me fucking ape shit. Stand by 1 second. I got to fix it.
You're good.
Aaron's got a touch of OCD, just a little touch.
A little bit.
And if
It happens.
things ain't right, it ain't right.
Yeah, he hears things that nobody else hears, or
gets
at least
it.
we
I'm
don't.
sure he
Yeah,
gets
I'm sure you get it
Well,
too.
he bought this
He'll be
fancy
like,
old
doesn't this sound
cord.
like shit? We're like, no, you can't tell the fucking difference. We're like, yeah,
You know what I'm
let's say yeah, let's say
do.
yes,
I do.
so that you can continue on. Wow, a whole new chord and
I
everything.
know. Dang.
It's just got to happen sometimes.
Yeah,
I
it
get it.
does.
And that shit hurts my ears when you do that shit. You
Oh.
watch him. You watch. You.
I can't see my ears.
Watch 'em.
I'm trying.
No.
All right. Do you like that better now?
Just give me a second.
No.
A second or a few minutes? Because that's what it's been.
Give me a minute.
Oh my gosh.
Check. Oh, Jesus, I'm loud.
Okay.
That's better.
There you go.
Dude, the fucking fet head is fucked up. The cloud lifter deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what are you guys? Are you guys using the Rode? Are those Rodes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Procasters.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm using the pod mic. I use the Rode.
It
pod
sounds
mics.
really rich.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Good.
So
Well, I mean, I also I'm using. I also pipe through Logic, so I'm using like a compressor, an expander, and an EQ.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it sounds dope. It sounds really good. So
I want.
let me go back to what I was saying before the technical fucking thing.
Yeah, and straight up, fuck that dude that dosed you.
Yeah.
Fuck that nonsense.
Dude, that was really like
That's not cool. You don't dose
89
people without their fucking say so.
there was people with squirt guns running through the crowd dosing everybody. Like anytime you got water on you at a show, it was like, oh shit. Oh shit. Like you never knew. But that's the prankster aspect of whatever. But being like that, there's no room for the scene to grow. No, you're trying to say that you're the one that's in charge if somebody can have an experience or not.
Yeah, it's because like, who the fuck are you, bro?
Fucking kiss my ass, all of you
Yeah.
that act like that, man. That
Well, like you said, the gatekeeper thing. Who the fuck made you the gatekeeper? You ain't got no fucking keys. You don't have your own key, asshole.
You about to pull
keep
out
me
one of those
out.
giant key rings that fucking janitors have? You about to whip that out, motherfucker? What
I
are
don't
you
know,
doing?
man. It really fucking makes me sad. Is what that does. Like we have the fucking coolest family, and we have the coolest fucking music, and
Yeah.
I want I've always felt like that. Like that was when I first got turned on to the Dead. My mission in life was for every one of my friends to experience what I experienced. Like that's all I care. I went
Proselytize
home and I was like, you need to go to a fucking Grateful Dead show, dude. Like, yeah,
right
2
now,
years
I'm
later.
busy, man. Got a girl in Metallica.
I'm listening to
concentrate
Whitesnake.
on right now. Yeah, a little White Snake in there, a little cocaine and wine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
then
man.
then you listen to a little bit of 80s Dead and realize, hey, these aren't so different.
Well, that's what it took, like a lot of people, for him a year and a half later
about a year
to
and a
get
half.
me to go to a show reluctantly. Like, okay, walking, okay, it's fucking hairy armpit girls. Everybody smells like fucking patchouli. No, I don't want a fucking grilled cheese sandwich. Fucking go in.
Grilled cheeses are so good, though.
Yeah, they are.
Yes. Well, take mushrooms on my way in, get in there, take some acid. By Drums in Space, I was one of, like, how Drums in Space was back then. Everybody's sitting down during drums, except for me and like a dozen other people in the whole stadium, dancing to drums and just walking out with arm in arm with a couple dirty hippie girls, arms around them, high-fiving dirty hippie dudes. Fucking,
You were a dirty hippie.
It was like, fuck yeah, I want a grilled cheese, and then chain forever. like 180, flip the script. Like, oh, okay, thanks, brother. You were right. I'm sorry. You don't want to go home and listen to White Snake with me?
No. What was it for you, man, that made you decide you wanted to start playing it?
Oh, well, I had started like, so like I kind of played guitar. Like I always knew, because like when I was a kid, I always like pretended, like I had a toy guitar and I would pretend put on concerts in my bedroom and stuff. And so that was always there. And I kind of started learning guitar seriously around 15 when all this was kind of happening. And but like before that, I was listening to a lot of like emo music. I was listening to like Fall Out Boy and Coheed and Cambria and like Jimmy Eat World, a bunch of stuff that was of the time.
Gotcha.
And so I would try to learn that stuff. But then when I got introduced to psychedelics and the Dead, again, like, you know, Friend of the Devil being like the first song that really got me into it, which is also one of the easiest songs to play on guitar ever. That was one of the first ones. Was like I just kind of started with that because I wasn't very good, and that opening line of Friend of the Devil is that ba, da, da, da. So it's just an easy walk down in G. So it's just like you're hitting a single string at a time,
Right.
doing a walk down. It's very rudimentary. And so like that was really the thing that got me into it. And then like just seeing like because, you know, we also played a bunch of like Dylan. We also played a bunch of like Talking Heads and Tom Waits and stuff like that. So those are all influences on me too. I fucking love Frank Zappa. Like, you know,
You haven't mentioned Fish.
I do love Fish.
Okay.
Okay, so Fish is great. But where I see they're two completely different things to me. Whereas like Fish is okay, so the Dead is the scene that you're in. Like so if we were describing a room, like the Dead would be describing the room, while Fish is describing the speck of dust on the floor in the room. If that makes any sense.
Wow. I get what you're saying.
Because like every Fish song is super fucking specific, and if you can't relate to it in any way, you're not gonna get it. So there,
That's
you have
true.
to make.
Yeah, it's not like the Dead. You can hear any song and think of any instance in your life and apply it. But with Fish, it's you. You either get it or you don't.
It took me a long time. I have memories of driving around trying to listen to Picture of Nectar when it came out on cassette in my VW van, and fast forwarding to the Jam. And it took until after Fare Thee Well for me to like really get it. I mean, Apple and I went and saw them play at the Forum in LA. And when the show ended and the lights came up, like we had eaten some mushrooms that I had grown, and like we're just like spun sitting there watching allegedly watching everybody leave. And I looked over at him and I was like, dude, we fucking missed 30 years of this shit. We blew it. Like this was dope. And then
Quickly realized we didn't blow it. And
Yeah.
we got 30 years
30
of
years
music
to go.
that we're still catching up
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
years later.
yeah, and Mel and I, like, it was so specific. Like you said, the experience we had at the Gorge in 2018 was so.
What is a city without its music?
The legacy of the New York Philharmonic is incredible.
Nearly 2 centuries of history. That's a lot of music and a lot of stories.
I was sitting on stage for the very first time thinking, I can't quite believe this is happening.
Join me, Jamie Bernstein, as we explore the history of the New York Philharmonic. It's the NY Phil Story Made in New York, a podcast about a city, its people, and their orchestra. Listen wherever you get podcasts.
So different than my first Grateful Dead experience, so completely something different, but so much the very same fucking thing. I don't know how else to put that, but like the scales fall from your eyes and you're like, I get it now. I totally fucking get it. And
well, usually people have there's usually like a key song, you know what I mean? Like a song that unlocks the rest of the catalog.
I'm going to get laughed at by every fish head on the planet.
Don't tell me it's fucking Farmhouse. It's Farmhouse.
I love
It
that.
is. It really is. Well, it's Farmhouse and Prince Caspian together.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, no, it's totally okay because Farmhouse. I liked Farmhouse unironically when I was younger. I liked it unironically, and I actually liked Joy. I liked Joy, that whole album when it first came out. Because again, I was a young teenager. I didn't know shit. I didn't know what was good. So like, it's still a decent album. I still like Time Turns Elastic. That's a great song.
Dude, for me, this is what it was. We're at the Gorge. They're in this monster jam, right? They've taken it to the limit. And Trey ripcords the jam into Farmhouse. And I see everybody around me go, oh, you know, like that thing. And I was like, it was like the first time I ever heard the lyrics to the song, and it was us. Like,
oh yeah,
that
was for you.
Yeah, we were being welcomed to the Gorge by Trey in that moment. And then I'm fucking tripping out. I'm like, holy shit, we're on the Osiris network, and like Tom Marshall is the head of our network, and like we're part of this thing that's happening right now. Like this whole moment of fucking.
Not to mention, we were with a huge posse. We had all these people that we met from the show and each other. It was a lot. I mean, it always is a lot bigger than just the song, but it was a lot bigger than what was going on. And like, I knew for Aaron, like he was like super happy that I quote unquote got it, did. Which, you know, as far as like that's concerned, Aaron and I don't get things the same way. Like he just doesn't get hip hop. And I'm sorry that sucks, because somebody who can't get down to a hip hop groove,
I can get down to the groove.
To me, that even the lyrics, like just being able to the way, the style, the flow, like somebody that can't get down like that, there's a certain part of your body that's not unlocked yet, because you have to learn how to groove and move like that. I can dip between Dead, Fish, fucking anything and get into it. And I just wasn't like, it wasn't the end all be all for me. It just fucking wasn't. Like I love all kinds of shit. This ain't the end all be all, but in that moment with all of our people around and finally seeing what the show has, like the baby that we were talking about earlier, that the show created this incredible baby. And like he said, Tom Marshall, somebody who's fucking creating the lyrics that we're finally listening to, and we're intimately involved with him on the back end, and we're like, it's our farmhouse. Welcome to our fucking farmhouse. That's what it was. And this is what we're putting out in the world. And it just, for me, in that moment, it wasn't about seeing or not seeing. It was about accepting all of it. Boom. That's what it was for me. It was like, oh shit. Dang. And like, because that for me, with that concert was completely liberating for me. Like Aaron, we used to joke that I'm fucking walking around with my bodyguards all the time, because, you know, you're 6'5". Well, I'm like fucking 5'5", like 110 and shit, you know? Yeah. And like, I've got these big old bear dudes like, where are you going? What are you going to do? And I'm like, I want to fucking go explore. I want to run around. I want to fucking do this, you know? And I'm like, and
they're singing Party Time and she's on acid.
Yeah, I'm fucking doing this to him and like fucking punch you in the eye, and I'm fucking threatening him and running around like a gazelle everywhere. And it was kind of like reeling in all of my kind of crazy fun energy, and then stop, listen to this, boom. And that's kind of like where it was for me. And we had a singular moment together, Aaron and I, where I accepted it and he realized it or whatever was going on with him, but it was in unison.
It happened at the same time.
And it was fucking dope.
It was really cool.
And so that's why I love Farmhouse.
Fucking Farmhouse, man.
Yeah, Farmhouse.
That happened. Whatever.
Fucking Farmhouse. Who knew?
Who knew?
Yeah, you know, and I love that that's the song because it's so fucking deriled and derided.
And then for me,
Well, I mean-
like I don't have a song. For me, it was when we saw Trey live at Fairly Well. That was the first. I was like, okay, see Trey live, see what he's doing. This is dope. And then going to the Forum, it was seeing the church of what Fish was. It was, I can't say a song. I mean, we got to see him do Yem, play the vacuum cleaner. I got the silliness along as the Syrian, but what it was the congregation that follows them. It was the necklaces. It was the hanging on the lyric. Like the place just blows up on certain lyrics, certain songs.
Yeah.
Just like the Dead. It was like they're calling songs. They're doing their, and then seeing just any band. I don't care who it is. If you have the entire place 100% committed to being there to see these people do their thing, and they're singing it back to you, the entire place, that's fucking magic.
Yeah, man.
And that's when I saw that, I was like, okay, this is a fucking, because I'm very visual. I like to keep my eyes open. I like to watch the band. I like to watch the people around me and everything like that. And that's what got me. And then from there on out, like the Gorge thing, it was amazing. Caught a photo of these two at the aha moment, hands raised in the air, and it just,
Beautiful.
Yeah, and that's what got me with Fish. And now still sitting here going back to shows, there's so much with them. It's like you can't catch up with 30 years.
But the Dead will always be always and forever. Like
Grandpa.
You said, it's the Room.
And that's Jerry. Jerry put that out there for like nowadays. It once in a while it's a little disheartening, but it's also funny. Like recently you had reposted, somebody put, it's Jerry like looking at, it's like, what the fuck is a verified fan?
Oh yeah.
Like what it's turned into, Jerry put that out there. You talk about acceptance. He wants us all, it's like, no, you guys aren't supposed to be unaccepting and doing this bullshit.
Yeah,
this is
I
for
forget,
everybody.
There was this one guy who was like in one of like the first Dead tribute acts that came out in like the 80s, and I think that they were in San Fran. But this guy actually got to walk up to Jerry while he was still alive and be like, "Hey man, I play your parts and I play your music." He's like, "Is that okay?" And Jerry was like, "As long as it's good, man."
Don't fucking blow it, all right?
Yeah, and
That's
so like
rad.
that's the approach that I take to it. And Apple, it's that same, like the reason that I play the Dead's music is because of that feeling that you get, because I love the feeling I get when I'm singing a Grateful Dead song. So I know that like when I'm playing it for people, that they're gonna feel that same way singing it back at me.
Yeah.
Like that's the one thing I love about it. And that's why, and it's like, you're tied to certain things and to certain people throughout your life.
Yeah,
And like
you
the
are.
Dead's music is something that I'm definitely bound to. Like, and I mean, it's also, like at this point in my life, it feels like something that I just kind of happened into. It doesn't feel like I've been playing this music for over a decade, but I have been. You know what I mean? Like it's,
Wow.
this stuff is like a part of me. It's like I can rattle off lyrics, whole songs just off the top of my head.
It's
like,
become part of your DNA.
yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
fucking built into me for good or ill again. This is what we are.
Right.
And like, I can't say how humbled and blessed I am, like to not only like be brought into the community like this, but like to even be here talking to you guys, like
You're part of the history, dude. You're keeping it going.
This shit's
and
forever,
that
dog.
blows my fucking mind.
But it's so dope how it just took some fucking 15-year-old from fucking Tennessee, went on a whirlwind, and now here you are. You're a historian.
Thanks,
of this.
DMT.
Like you're helping to proselytize and promulgate it. Like that's a really huge, beautiful thing, and you don't need to think about it any bigger than that. You're just part of it now.
Yeah, and I'll accept it, and like I really want. I'm really wanting to do more of like I want to do more traveling with it. Like I'm working on starting a Jerry band kind of tribute that I'm calling Saint Owsley.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And so
I see what you did there.
So I really want to start like traveling around and Chants In The Void. Like we've kind of grown a bit of a name around here. So we're actually wanting to start traveling with that too, because people like, oh my God, we played this club called Hi-Fi Clyde's here in town. And I had 2 subscribers make the trip to watch that show. Like we had a kid drive all the way from Detroit, Michigan to Chattanooga, Tennessee to watch me play, to watch me be Not Jerry for a night. Like that blows my mind. That like completely,
wow.
Like that in itself, like I like in that moment where he showed up and like, cause when I caught eyes with him, I was like, I know you're the dude. Like, and he like, I just wanted to like tear up and cry in front of this kid because like I don't even know what it means to me yet. You know,
you can't explain it, dude. You can't fucking explain it. Like the first kind of people that you want to come to the porch. What? You want to come to our fucking front porch and do like, what do you want to do here? Like, this is just our house. Like, there's nothing special, nothing going on. But nevertheless, it was that, and it fucking tripped me out. Like for a while. It like sometimes I just don't understand why do they want to talk to us? What do we do? I'm fucking just married to my husband.
We do a thing, remember?
Yeah, and I'm not trying to minimize what we do. I really am not. But kind of what you were saying about keeping your ego in check. It's like, we're not even doing anything. We're just talking to cool people. That's it. We're just gonna have a conversation. But that conversation fucking changed your life, or it made you realize something, or it reminded you of something rad, or it made you feel like you were with us. Well, and so I can't minimize those experiences for people. Because
you're like being humble about it and acceptance or anything. Because next thing, what do you want to do? You know, all of a sudden we put a rope out in the driveway. It's like verified fans over here. No, you're not a Patreon subscriber. You're not as good as these people. Let's start breaking this shit up. And then
No,
I mean, go ahead. Even with our Patreon and stuff, it's like I'll never put the lessons that I do behind a paywall. Like no one will ever have to pay for those lessons. The only thing, like, so my Grateful Dead video that I offer on our Patreon is me listening to a song and then breaking down the lyrics how I see them.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's fucking cool.
And that's what I do on the Patreon for our Grateful Dead show. You know, like, and that's something that's like, you know, enough of a personal thing. So like, you know, you toss $20 at us a month. It's like you get to really get into my head about like how I view like the songs that I'm singing when I'm doing them. You know,
that's fucking cool because one of the things that was really difficult for me coming up was not having anybody that was a real peer that got the music the same way I did. For the first few years, like it was hard, man, and it was learning the rules of the road on my own through trial and error. And so what the service that you're providing by doing that is giving people insight into how things work a little bit. Like those lyrics put me back together again. And so if you're explaining that to somebody in your own way, it's doing that for them too. And it's allowing them to see it. You know what I'm saying? And
absolutely.
And this, I wanted to tell you this too, man. Like, I know that like Toby and Davvy, what you guys do, you're having fun and you're smoking bowls and fucking bullshitting with each other. It's not silly.
It definitely is silly in the best kind of way.
But it's underneath all of it, man. It's not fucking silly. I'll tell you, I've been working from home for 14 months, dude.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm in this room 9 hours a day by myself. You guys have fucking kept me company. You've made me laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can feel...
He has a certain laugh when he's listening to you. I'm sure, I don't know if Mel's like... I can tell when he's listening, because he has a lot more time to listen to podcasts and stuff. I know
he's in
when
front
he's
of the
listening.
computer.
I'm in front of the computer.
I know when he's listening to you guys because he has a certain laugh about listening to you guys.
And that right there, man, is you can't put a price on that. And like, I'm not just talking about like, I put you guys on and I feel like you're here with me. it's a family thing. Like, I have my homies here with me, and
That means that like I'm about to fucking cry. That's insane.
it's true.
No, you want to know what, too, Davvy? Like the first time he introduced me to you, I remember we were sitting. I was like sitting on his lap. We were on his computer.
yeah.
He had it
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
double monitor. He's like, check these guys out. He reached out. I fucking blew it. I just reached it back out to him. Blah blah blah. So I'm watching you and Toby, and just first of all, I think that's kind of like what people love about our show is just the connection that you and Toby have, like the connection Aaron and Apple and I have. Like, it's just easy and it feels good. And so seeing you and Toby chilling, kicking it, laughing, doing dumb shit, doing serious shit, being silly, being funny, but then also like you have a plan-ish. It's comfortable. It feels good. It's like getting into warm water, you know? And it's a great way to kill time or to use your time or to add to your time, especially if you're a musician and wanting to do that, or especially if you're a stoner and wanting to fucking crack up and laugh. So like you offer a lot by doing what you're doing, and you may not think it's special, but it really, really is special.
All of the like No Simple Road family that I'm in contact with, like we DMing and stuff, all of them that are working from home, I've turned them on to you guys.
What? That's fucking.
I'm like,
guys.
if you're working from home, dude, put this shit on. Like, if you're stuck at home all day and isolated from our family, put this shit on. And you guys are putting out tons of shit.
Yeah,
all
that's
week.
great.
So it's like I'm not having to go back and I have gone back and watched the old stuff, and it's dope to see the evolution of it too, like how the studio has changed. And
Yeah, that was cool to see. That was really cool to see.
you know, man. So just, it's really fucking cool, man. And I alluded to it in the DM on Instagram. I think that we could really we have work to do, man. There's something that I don't know.
There'd be definitely an awesome collaboration between all of us for sure.
Yeah, we should definitely do something.
Figure something.
Whatever it is, it's gonna be dope.
Well, because once things get a little bit, because I wanna even do like a podcast tour with Toby. I want us to take a drink and a joint on the road. So
that's a thing that we've actually been talking about, and
we're going on the road too. We're going on the road, and we just same exact thing. We just kind of have to wait till it's not so
I like
funky
how
out
Mel
there.
just says it,
because you don't want to know what, like that's just it. I want to do that, and when I want to do something, that's what happens.
she gets what she wants.
And that's
She does.
Well, I mean, that's what happens with the women in our lives. They get what they want. That's just how it goes.
What happens is I'm usually like, okay, whatever you want, I'll go along for the ride. But no, I want this. I want to go out and I want to do something. I want to do something rad. I want to fucking be untethered. Dude, you were fucking making DMT at 16. I was making children. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you're,
I was just making mistakes.
When you're young and raising someone else, that never stops. Like at some time, like during your extraction of DMT, you can just kind of relax and chill and you don't have to do anything. That's not so when you have a kid. It's like, oh, I get to go to sleep. Wah! Like, okay. Like you are always on. And right now I'm 42 and I'm not fucking on right now. I don't have a baby to fucking change my babies are adults. They're 18 and 26. And
they're done.
They're fucking done. They don't need mom like that.
Fully baked,
and
ready.
now I want to do what Mel wants to motherfucking do. And I don't want to be in one spot. I want to chill out. I want to fucking drive around. I want to go fucking tour. I want to take our big baby dog and take him around and let him
go on the road. You didn't get to go on the road like Aaron did.
And I want to go on the road now where I'm like, I don't want to sit in no fucking gross dank ass parking lot. I want my own fucking cool whip, and I want to do it right. I want to do it responsibly. And so that's why I say we are going to do it, but I also want to do it with intention too. And so one of our thoughts was like, when we talk to bands a lot, one of the questions I don't always ask, but it's been increasingly interesting and something to me where, how do you fucking stay healthy on the road, dude? How do you go from fucking truck stop to truck stop, from nasty ass little fucking dank little diners and 7-Elevens along the way?
And the answer's always, it's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's
There
never
isn't an answer.
Yeah, it's never a true answer. And so how do we do that? I want to figure out a way to really fucking do that
to help them
Bring
out.
some
to
answers.
help them
Well,
out.
I mean, do you guys lean more veggie, or are you guys omni? Like, what is
Mel's veggie.
Well, I used to be vegetarian full on back in like 2012 to about 2014, maybe even 2015, right before we moved here. Yeah, actually right before we moved here. So about 2016-ish. And I started noticing that I need more protein.
Well, the doctor was like, you need to fucking eat.
Yeah, like I'm fucking, I'm withering away. My thoughts are all foggy and shit, and I'm like literally craving red meat. Like fuck chicken, fuck anything. I want red meat, So I was definitely needing to up my diet, like figure out what was right for me. And so I incorporated, and so like maybe I'll eat it once a day, maybe I eat it once a week. It depends. I've decided to make it a non-issue of whether I'm eating meat or vegetables. I prefer not to eat meat every day or for every meal, but if I feel like I need it, I'm going to do it. And my thing is really like eating so that you can have health in your life. So like, okay, that's why we're on that wheatgrass game, because it makes you fucking feel amazing. And that's really what it's more like for me, like eating so that you're healthy and you have energy and you're not fucking weighed down by like having to digest this fucking gross carnivorous meal. Like you're just... now you're digesting it, but it's giving you energy. So that's my thought is how to focus on, if everybody felt amazing when they were performing, how good would their performance be?
Oh shit.
Oh, I mean, it definitely. Well, I mean, like sometimes it's a double-edged sword, because like for some music, it's like I won't, if I have to use the restroom, I'll wait until set break, because I play better if I have to piss or shit. Just straight up. Just straight up.
What?
Like, and a lot of musicians do that. A lot of musicians will hold it because it fucking pushes you, man.
Okay.
Like it's like, because you've got some uncomfortability, so like you're just like you're
channeling
in it
it
more.
into
You're more within your body because there's something going on. So you're more in it. Because if you're fully evacuated and like you're just chilling, you can let your mind wander. Like, but if like you've got something physical going on, it keeps you tethered. It keeps you present. And I don't know if you'll like this or not, but I'm a huge advocate of the carnivore diet. Like it helped change my health around.
So what's that?
It is literally I eat a steak and 4 eggs every day.
For real.
For real. That is my diet. That's what I do. And for snacks, I have jerky and pork rinds. And other than that, it is like no sugar, no carbs, nothing. So like that is all my body processes is protein and fat. And it's good fat.
Yeah,
because when
fat.
the reason you get bad cholesterol and bad fat is when those things mix with sugar and carbs.
Yeah.
Other than that, your body can fucking handle it. Your body loves cholesterol. Your body wants it. Your body wants fat. Your body wants protein. So like it works for my body. Now, for someone like my wife, a full carnivore diet doesn't work for her. Something more like keto works for her, because carnivore is just keto on steroids, right? Like you're not taking in any of that plant matter. I still have to. I take a shit ton of vitamins though.
Okay.
I do supplement with vitamins and things. And it's not sustainable forever, because like it is like it can get hard on your kidneys if you if you're not drinking enough water. Water's everything.
Yes.
So if you guys can get to like really clean purified water, that's
we have a Berkey. We have a Berkey.
You have a what?
A Berkey.
Okay, nice.
Are you on
So,
the Berkey game?
We have something called a Kangen machine.
Okay, probably the same thing. It takes all the fluoride and all this shit out of the water.
Yeah, and it can also pH it, so it gives us like a 9.5 pH.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Anywhere from 8.5 up to 9.5, and we kind of rock at the 9.5. And but see, like I'm a fat kid. I love cake. I love sweets. I love starch. Like I love fucking potatoes. I love everything that I can't have right now. You know, so like it's also a good learning experience for me of my will and my my ability to stick to something.
Yes,
which like
that discipline.
Yeah, you got to have it, especially when it's like, oh, I'm having another steak today and eggs. For some people, that's like, fuck yeah, I'll do that. But like, it can get so, because it's just brown. You're just having you're just having brown every day. It's good though, and like I'm probably and I do it every so often. So like I'll do like a month and then take like a couple months off. And then just try to like keep myself, because I also like I work out. I try to work out every day, like push-ups, some kind of deadlift, something. I saw you have a mace. I saw you got that. Is that from On It?
Yeah.
Is that On It mace, that Joe Rogan mace?
Yes. Dude, that thing, that's a fucking game changer, dude. Because like going to the gym and lifting was never, I did it, but like, it's so boring. Like,
It sucks.
yeah.
Go to the gym.
I'm going to push this up and then I'm going to put it back down. And then so anyway, that wasn't my thing.
Yeah, that's
And,
what working out is.
Right. But this thing is like I'm learning to do something and like in flow. So I'm like flowing with energy while I'm, instead of just like this monotonous push back and forth thing, it's swinging this gnarly weapon around, and it's fucking fun, man.
Well, yeah, because then you get that primal aspect to
Totally.
it of like, I was a Viking.
Yes,
like that.
totally. Yep, I'm gonna crush something. Yeah. So yeah, we got that, and we got the steel clubs too. So I'm like juggling fucking 10-pound clubs around, and it's fun, man. This whole thing started because of COVID, really, and like trying to just feel better and take care of ourselves more, and like
Get rid of that stagnant ass energy.
there was a lot of stagnation happening, and we got a nutritionist that's a friend of the family, and
that changed our game though.
that did it, man. Like,
You know, I have to underscore this a little bit more, because there's nothing like somebody that can motivate you. And just because, if I would have hired a random nutritionist, it wouldn't have worked. No, it's this specific person's energy and what he means to all of us. That's why we're motivated. Again, somebody can tell us the fucking exact information, and who cares? But this particular person. So whoever are those fucking motivators out there, get on it, because you never know who you can actually influence. It's incredible. No, seriously, because it started out with me and my daughter. My daughter, she lives in LA. She's like, Mom, you were telling me about, Magnus. Can you hook up his number? And so I was like, yeah. So I like called him up and I was like, hey, me and Sid want to do this thing. And he was like, okay. I told the guys about it. Next thing you know, like, I want Magnus to tell me what to eat. I want Magnus. And Magnus is fucking dope. That's all I'm going to say about Magnus. But just
shout out Magnus.
Shout out Magnus. But just on those
just the name,
the motivators out there, fucking step up your game, because you never know how impactful it can be to change other people's lives.
he fucking go ahead.
It all depends on it all depends on the person though, the individual. Because if you guys weren't willing to listen to Magnus, then it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah,
it's back to acceptance.
It's also the thing of doing it as a family, doing it as a household. Everybody in the house is part of except for their son who's 18.
Well, he kind of started doing his own.
He did it on his own. He's not one to sit down at an hour Zoom meeting every night and set that up. But he has lost weight. He's gone on his own path of being healthy. The whole house is being healthy. The dog's fucking getting healthier.
Yeah,
the dog lost weight.
Yep.
Well, you guys keep each other accountable.
Yes.
Like that's another huge thing of it.
Yes.
That aspect of family and teamwork is that like when you guys make a decision as a team, it's like now you then get to hold each other accountable to the things that you decided to do together.
Yep.
You and Toby don't live together, right?
No, so like Toby, we do a lot of like the filming at Toby's house because Toby gets fucked up and should not be driving after the podcast. So it's better for me to just go over there because at most, especially when I'm dieting and stuff, like I don't drink a whole lot. So if I drink at all, so I just go get blazed and then I'm fine. So we our podcast studio is in one of his spare bedrooms, and then his studio is in him and his girlfriend is an amazing artist. Shout out Zena Gottholm Art. She's badass.
Woo!
Yeah, so and this is my studio. This is the Play Dead studio, and this is where I do my live streams and film my thing. And this is in my studio in my house. So my house is like a 100-year-old house. This used to be the attic, and at some point in I think the 70s it was turned into the master suite. So like I have to, during the summer, I have to run air conditioning almost constantly up here. Otherwise it's a fucking microwave. Like it gets crazy up here. And especially with like all like now I'm only getting more expensive equipment. So like I can't have this shit being hot because heat kills electronics. But and again, I want to shout out fucking like Weber speakers and fucking Bartlebaugh fucking cases. Like they fucking hooked me up with that shit.
Bro, I watched the unboxing of the Bartlebox. Dude, what the fuck? Oh, look at that.
Yeah. And this is from Fred Instruments. They sent this over to me for the lessons, and that's one
come on,
thing.
just like one little some. Come on.
Oh no, some.
Yeah,
One little.
I didn't plan for this at all.
You're gonna turn around in your fucking costume, your hair's gonna be all dope.
Excuse me.
There we go.
Yeah, right on there.
Hell yeah.
So, before we take off, I'm gonna ask you a dumb question. Okay,
Ask away.
Gotta have
no
one,
dumb questions.
No. This is for real. A dumb question. Gonna ask you a dumb question. Being honest.
This always comes up. This is Aaron's dumb question corner.
Yeah. What's your favorite Grateful Dead song?
Oh God.
Friend of the Devil.
No.
Sorry.
No, it's not Friend of the Devil. It is a toss up between Ship of Fools and Terrapin. No, and fucking Warfrat.
No, stop it. Stop. Nope.
Nobody can ever say it's a toss.
If I had to pick one,
you have to pick one.
I'm
I'm taking them all away other than this one.
Ship of Fools.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ship of
Okay,
Fools.
now I got to know why.
Okay, well, it's because Ship of Fools to me is that no, I could not caution all. I still might warn a few. Don't lend your hand to raise no flag atop no ship of fools. That is like dad wisdom coming at you. It's like it made me shake just quoting it at you. Like it's one of those things of like you have to be so careful with the things that you align yourself with. Do not let other people speak for you. Do not speak for other people. Do not allow yourself to be drawn into fucking cults. Like even though the Grateful Dead is a cult, like we're in a cult.
Yeah.
Straight up, it is what it is. But it's one of those things of like don't always do not trust everything that you're told. Barely trust anything.
Yes.
You the only thing that you can trust is yourself and your own ability to discern what is real or what is not. And so to never find yourself on a ship of fools. And the one thing that like the memory that hits with me is like I was living in to quickly recap, if anybody got pissed off that we never finished my road trip story.
We forgot the road trip.
We can finish it too.
Went out to the farm, lived on the farm for a little bit, trimmed a bunch of weed, brought Toby out to the farm after his girlfriend broke up with him. And then we traveled down to Santa Cruz and lived in Santa Cruz for a while, and then went out to New Mexico, lived in Las Cruces, New Mexico for a while after hitchhiking across Arizona after we were kicked out of the bus because Toby didn't want to help. So Toby and I got kicked out of the bus we were on in the middle of the desert because Toby didn't really want to help with like cleaning or cooking or anything. He just wanted to be sad. So he got kicked out in the desert, and I was like, well, I'm not leaving my best friend alone in the desert because Toby will die. Right? He will die. So we hitchhiked across the desert. We got picked up by what I'm sure was an MS-13 member who had some sketchy shit in the back of a U-Haul. And then we made it to New Mexico, lived in New Mexico for a while, booked a gig in San Francisco. So drove all the way out to San Francisco because we were in we were doing this like 3-person kind of like psychedelic folk act called Headspace. and that was like our first thing, because Toby and I have been writing music together since I was 15. So we go out to San Francisco. They bail on us on this gig, and we are out of money. They were going to pay us $500, and we spent all of our money getting there. They dipped out on us because apparently we were late, something like that. Then we meet some people, and we'd go to LA with them. We drive down to LA from San Francisco with them. And then we're in LA for like 8 months, like just stuck in the asshole of the planet. Like when you are broke in LA, it is the worst fucking thing ever. So we're living on South Coronado Street, right outside of MacArthur Park, which has like the highest murder robbery rate on the planet. Like it's fucking crazy. So like I would have to walk through that park every day. And what I would do though, because we would go down and busk in front of the Chinese theater down in LA, and every day I would walk through that MacArthur Park barefoot. Because because no one's gonna rob a barefoot dude. Okay. Joke's on you. So like I'm rolling through there, and so I'm living in this house, and the dude that we're living with is a junkie, and he's like an alcoholic, and he's only spending our rent money on booze and meth. And I'm living. I had shacked up with this girl, and we were living in like the basement room of this house. And I had just kind of had all I could have. Toby at that point had already come back here because the girl that he had shacked up with broke up with him. We apparently were magnets for heartache.
Right.
And
thanks for good songwriting.
So, yeah, that's all it is. It's like, because, is it life fulfilling art or art fulfilling life? What is it? It's both. It's all of it. It's subconscious. And then so I'm living at this house, and then I've had all I can take, and so I've decided that I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna start running weed for people. I'm gonna start doing long treks running weed for people. I already had it all set up with a dispensary. So then I let the girl know that I'm done with this shit. I'm dipping out. I can't stand this dude. And then what she does is, since she was friends with this dude, she goes upstairs and tells him that I'm dipping out.
Oh,
and
God.
And so he comes downstairs, and I hear a tap on my door, and I'm like, come in. Nothing. So then I open the door, which opened just directly into the backyard. Like my room had a dirt floor. It was dumb. So I open this, and he's standing like 30 feet away now in the middle of the backyard. He's got a cowboy hat on, cowboy boots, and he's brandishing a wooden flute at me.
He's going to flute you to death.
He's going to fight me with a flute because I don't want to give him money for meth. So I walk out, and I'm like, you're not going to hit me with that flute. I was like, you can put it down right now. And he's like, I need you to help right this ship. And I was like, motherfucker, I will not help a captain on a ship of fools. And that was my mic drop moment. And like, that was one thing that like solidified with me. And he was a deadhead too. So I know that fucking stung.
Oh yeah.
That's like telling somebody to ramble on.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
So like that's one of those things that like, that's one of the memories that sticks with that song for me, because that was such a weird time, and like my dad was dying, so like it was one of those things too of like me wanting to come back and take care of him, and like I was on a ship of fools, and I needed to get off of that ship of fools to go and like help the people that brought me here,
Damn, son.
And so like and there's something about that second coda of "It was later than I thought when I first believe you," like when everybody is singing it together, that later than I thought, it stings my soul every time, and I get goosebumps and start to tear up every time it hits that. Yeah. All three of you go. What are your favorite Dead songs? Rattle them off.
You're off first. You're up first, Apple.
Well, it's what not broke me, what fixed me and brought me to it was Scarlet Fire.
Great.
First show I went to, that's what grabbed me. That was right after, it was right before Drums in Space.
Mm-hmm.
Drums in
It was
Space
right
came
before.
out. Yeah, I was like trying to get it. I'm checking everything out, and then that boom, 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 fire, the bass line. Okay, that's what grabbed me first, and then I'm looking around, and Aaron's like, oh yeah, it's like he's getting it. Next thing I know, I'm dancing, and then it goes into Scarlet, and it just that's my jam. I mean, again, it's like, but wait, no, there's other, no,
Yeah.
that was it. That's what brought me to it, and that one that is so special to me to this day when I hear those two together.
Fuck yes.
Fuck.
All right, mine.
Oh, now you don't like it when it's flipped
no,
on
he doesn't.
you.
He
You don't
never
know.
likes it, dude. He doesn't. I'll say
you.
mine. I have two because one of them is with Aaron. My favorite song with Aaron is "Shakedown." That is just that first fucking boom. Like there's nothing better than that. But my favorite song is Viola Lee. That is my shit. I fucking love it. When it comes on, you better fucking sing it right. Don't be no bullshit version. Don't fucking kill that shit. Because I have look.
No, she's got a point because like the
true.
vocals are the things that always get downplayed with fucking dead groups and stuff. It's like I don't understand how you could listen to them and then still come out and sound like a fucking badger in a sack.
Right? But especially that song. It's supposed to be fucking sexy and kind of like raunchy, and don't be no fucking fast-paced bullshit. Like, sing it right, fucking play it right. Otherwise, you pissed me off.
Yeah, that shit's gotta have like a fucking flow.
Yeah.
Cookie wrote it.
Let it roll a little bit. Like fucking get into it. Don't be like, no, sorry. Stop and start again.
Wow.
You are done here.
Yes.
All right.
So there it is.
All right.
For Mel. Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna say Morning Dew.
Okay.
Morning.
Little song about nuclear apocalypse.
Yeah.
Okay.
No or.
Okay, but he had an or. I get an or. My very first show.
Okay.
The song that
Started it all?
blew my fucking mind was "Feel Like a Stranger."
Okay.
Because I was in the lot. I got puddled. My friends split. I found my way into my first show. All I knew was trucking. Didn't know where I was. I was
precious. You were precious.
I was so cute. I had a mohawk and a Misfits t-shirt on. And there's all these hippies spinning. And Bobby goes, "Inside you're burning. I can see clear through. Your eyes tell more than you mean them to." And I was like, "Ah! He sees me." But I wanted to know every fucking thing about it. Do you know what I mean? I want. How do they know? How the fuck? Where'd all these telepaths come from? How the fuck? They're like me. Holy shit! I found my people. Like,
well, I mean, and like a lot of that is due to John Barlow and Robert Hunter being their poets.
Right.
Like both of those guys do not get the recognition that they deserve. Like neither of them, like, because I put them both on Bob Dylan tier.
oh,
They're
easily.
They're both of them. They're on Bob Dylan tier to me. They are like they're up in my soul. Like their words mean more to me than things my mother has said to me.
Yep.
You know,
100%.
so like I think that they deserve a lot more recognition. First
Shout
of all, shout out John and Bob.
John and Bob, shout out.
They can't hear you, Mel.
Yeah, they
Or
can.
yeah, they can.
They can
actually.
fucking hear.
Yes, they can.
about.
Yes, they can. Yeah, that one did me in, dude. That, and then they closed the show with "It's All Over Now, Baby Blue."
Yeah,
I was
that'll-
fucking. The hook was set. I was done. I sold all my shit and bought a school bus.
Oh man, and that's how they get people, bro.
Fucking cult leaders.
That's what they do.
So here's what we need to do. We need to have you and Davvy on.
No, him.
Toby.
I mean Toby.
Him and
We need to have
Davvy.
you and Toby.
The
on.
other
Yeah.
Davy.
That one, the other one over
Yeah,
there.
the other you.
Yeah, we know there's
Yeah.
another Davy, dude. You're not fooling us, man.
We need to have you and Toby on.
The other Davy is just slightly taller. That's the only difference.
Or he's actually this big.
Yeah,
He's right behind you.
Oh, my little pocket Davy.
Yes.
That's a different Davy.
She has a pocket Aaron.
Oh my God, I do have a pocket Aaron. That's funny that you said that.
Yeah.
Legit.
But seriously, we need to have both you guys on. And
Oh my gosh, that would be fucking fantastic.
yeah, I think it would be fun if you and him interviewed the three of us for this show.
What?
Oh, so would we have you guys guest on a drink and a joint? Like what are we saying here?
Or we could do it like a swap cast.
That would be dope. That would be dope.
Yeah.
No matter what,
I'll
we
take a
gotta-
drink and a joint.
I feel like we were talking about, we were telling you about our nutrition coach. I feel like we have a nutrition coach for our soul now.
Oh, yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Getting to hook up with you today. This is so fun talking to you.
I agree.
And then we get in, no, I feel like you're somebody I want to talk to every week just to check in and be like, dude, how are you fucking doing?
Yeah,
man?
you
can
really
totally,
you did bring it.
y'all can have my number. I don't give a fuck. Hit me up. We are family.
No,
we are
Davey,
family.
you
Like,
really brought it today. I
Yeah,
want to
man.
thank you, like, from the bottom of my heart and my fucking soul. Like, Apple's right. The fact that you drink 2 gallons of water a day, that means a lot to me. I know that it
They
might
have
be a
hard-
silly
They're getting
thing.
better. They have a hard time when they talk. I have no problem with hydration.
I don't have a problem with
I piss
hydration.
like a racehorse. If I pee yellow, I'm worried about myself. I drink.
Mm.
I've always done that. And these two, in the beginning, you guys were like, "It's so hard to drink
Coffee's water.
No. Well, this
Gotten better.
is why it's important to me that, the thought out there from the outside, if you're not on the inside of the Dead family or like even just jam,
The music
whatever,
scene.
the music scene, that there's like, it's unhealthy, that's just the thought. But
Bunch of fucking dirty wooks.
the fact, like, it just makes me happy that that's important to you, and that's one of the first things you talk about. And so, yeah, you talk about the music, you talk about being silly, about having fun, blah, 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 whatever, DMT, but you're also like serving your soul and your
fucking
body,
doing it.
and it's fucking rad. Like, that means a lot to me. That's a kindred spirit. That's somebody who's on the fucking path, who's hearing the same shit and doing your thing. And you're very impactful. Like, I like how you said you're an actor, like, no qualms about it. You're a performer.
Well, he
dude.
is an actor.
But the whole thing, you're a performer of yourself. That's what's dope. You're a performer, a hyper actor of yourself, which is fucking dope, because I appreciate that. You're putting your true self out there in a exaggerated way so that we can all enjoy and feel who you really are. And that just means a lot to me, and I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for having me. This has been an incredible experience. This means this means more to me than you guys will ever know. Like the fact that you guys, because like it has just been like one after the other, people just taking chances on me, because I understand that like right now we're only at like 6,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. That's nothing in the long scheme of things. That's nothing in the big game. But like you guys taking it's taking a chance on me, because you guys didn't know. You guys didn't know how I would be if I showed up.
We know.
You guys,
I knew.
We can tell, Davey. We really can. We don't say yes to everybody. Otherwise, we'd be fucking backlogged for another year.
And dude, like I said, man, I've been paying attention. Like I knew, and it wasn't taking a chance. I felt you guys, like, for real. That's
and
real.
he knew
fucking,
we felt it.
Yeah.
Usually when we book people, even like musicians that have been around a while, we discuss. Aaron's like, okay, what about this and that? He just came home one day. He was like, I booked Davey. We're like, cool.
Yeah. Like, sometimes
there was
we
no
all three have to
discussion.
agree.
There was
And,
no discussion of time, date, anything. He's like, I booked Davey. We're like, right.
And it's, dude, thanks for being on the show, Davey. That's where I stopped. I'm gonna stop recording.
But it's a burden. Felony just been deferred, and hell means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? No simple road. 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 My windshield is shattered as I focus through the spot in the corner that is still intact. The react is both a defense mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A=A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
Hey listeners,
I want to tell you about the April-May 2023 issue of Relics magazine. Features a Dave Matthews Band cover story with additional articles and interviews with The National, Graham Nash, Wayne Shorter, ALO, Ivan Neville, our friend Eric Krasno and Stanton Moore, Marty Stewart, and much more. Check out the latest version of Relics and subscribe now at relics.com/DMB. Thanks, Relics.
Hey, what's up? This is Blake Weiland. I'm the host of the Tone Mob Podcast. It's a show where I interview guitar people about guitar stuff. We talk about their pedals, their amps, their accessories, their preferences, all that stuff, as well as a healthy dose of whatever comes up. Topics have ranged from aliens to addiction and anywhere in between. Oh yeah, and pizza. We're definitely going to be talking about pizza. So get the show wherever you're listening to this podcast at. Just search The Tone Mob in your search bar and it will pop right up. Come join us. We're having a lot of fun. Thanks for checking it out.